Okay. Actually, real quick. Do we want to... There is some sort of guide for this. I looked up. It doesn't really seem like there's roots, basically, I think. Maybe. I don't know. There's a couple of different ways to, like, go about it, but there's not any sort of, like, true ending that I saw on, like, the little bits that I did. Or do we want to just kind of go in blind and see how we feel?
For now, I feel like that might be good.
Cool, cool.
If there's no way to get like a bad end, then I don't see why not.
Oh god, first thing's a choice. Okay, so I think we started on this. I mean, what does the game have us start on? How did you find this? Actually, I wanted to ask. I didn't, because I was like looking at stuff and I was like, I don't really see anything that's like catching my eye, visual novel ways, and then you came up with this again, out of nowhere. I was like, okay, I don't know where the fuck you found this, or how the fuck you found Synergia, but Synergia was awesome, and like looking back at stuff again, I still didn't see anything mention that. Like, Valhalla gets mentioned, as it rightfully should, in like a lot of like, here are good visual novels things. But Synergy, I feel like, was really awesome too, and like, not something that I ever see discussed. And Valhalla is like also an indie game, but that one just fucking blew up. So I don't know. How did you find this one?
I just googled indie visual novels, basically, and this was on a list that came up, and just the title alone made me think, all right, well, I'll look up something. I'll Google it specifically and see what comes up, and then I went to the Wikipedia page, and then underneath it, like Google does, it provided like the Wikipedia page and also like a review underneath it that, you know, seemed pretty good just by like before you even have to click on the link with the preview of what it's going to be on. Right. So like it had the quote that was like, it's so and so, like a mecha anime or whatever, and I was like, all right, well, sure, why not? I'll recommend it and see if it's exactly. Like, we both are kind of into it. We'll see what it has to offer. Maybe it'll be a good time, or maybe it'll be too weird. But either way, we can flip that coin.
I like when things are too weird. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I know. You also do like when things are too weird. So I was like, it doesn't seem like it's a bad bet.
Yeah, so I fuck with it. I fuck with some, specifically the mecha shows that I fuck with are the weird mecha shows. So I'm down. And obviously, we get the homosexuals of the female variety, which is a much-needed change of pace after all those damn homosexual male lawyers that we've been spending time with recently. Too much, I dare say. Needed some balance in the force going on here, so very good.
I did think that it would be more in that synergy vein of giving you that good old girl's love that you enjoy, that we both enjoy, but for the most part.
I can only take so much homosexual tension between the prosecution and defense until I'm like, listen, I just need somebody to kiss, okay? And this might be that. I'm looking at her little breakdown here, and this does seem to be more romance stuff already with combat style button mashing. Bedroom style button mashing. Very good. Celestial Mechanics wants to advance humanity to its next stage, and Saturn wants to flirt, but there's no reason we can't do both, so very good. So that's her. I don't know if that actually means anything with combat style. Like, I don't think there's any actual gameplay, but I guess we'll find out. Alright. Oh, there's different factions. Okay, so Celestial Mechanics. Self-ship string of pearls. Don't know what that means. Pluto.
I think that's their ship. Their ship's name.
Perhaps. Alright. Cradle's Graces. The ultimate weapon pilot. Even if Earth has given up on a new life for humanity in space, Cradle's Graces hasn't, and Pluto will make that dream come true. Succulents, good girls, crushing, of both kinds, and everyone. Dislikes, trying very hard not to have any. Okay, Penny. Very good.
Which Penny are you talking? Oh, okay,
Luckstone, yeah. I mean, I guess that could also apply to
Mini Ruby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it could be both. But Luckstone for sure.
This one I remember pretty well.
Memorial Foundation, Self-Ship Mayor Crisium, Ace Pilot. So, reserve test pilots are not as cool. The ultimate weapon pilot, and then an ace pilot. So Saturn's clearly the loser here. Because she just wants to flirt. Girls just want to have fun. She-Hulk. Okay, fighting for the pilots to join the rest of humanity back on Earth before it's too late. Good at sniping, espionage, double-crossing, ghosting. Typical woman. Bad at loving herself and everything else. Also typical woman. Am I right, boys? Okay.
Go ahead, dude. Go ahead. Make your jokes.
Okay, what are we... Who are we feeling? The game started us off on Saturn, so I don't know if that really means anything, but...
Yeah, I know, I don't know, really. I feel like... I don't know what it'll change. That's why I'm kind of like surprised. Like the storyline, I'm sure, because you're playing from different actions. I think maybe we should look at what faction maybe is involved for the story.
So Celestial Mechanics, Cradle's Grace.
So one of them is fighting to, one of them is fighting to advance humanity. The other one is this one's. Basically trying to find life for humans in space. And this one is fighting to get back to Earth. So I don't know.
So I opened up the guides on my end just because, in case you want to do it, and one of the main ones just says, if you're unsure of where to start for Saturn, so might as well just go with that. Click it off here. Executive decision. Alright. Is this it? Are we in the Matrix?
I believe so.
Alright. Who you did, Nick, so I guess I'll do this. Since you were the MC for good old Ace Attorney. Welcome, Provisional Test Pilot Saturn. Your clearance is level 1. Testing and maintenance. Warning. Potential damage to cockpit hardware detected. Warning. Modifying or tampering with cockpit hardware and or firmware is strictly prohibited.
So if you're Saturn, I guess I'll be Mercury?
Sure. Start that way.
Saturn, what are you doing?
Notice. Bypass override accepted. Notice. Launch attempt blocked. No handshake with base. Saturn's trying to break the rules. Oh. Hey, Mercury. Not much. Warning. Launch attempt blocked. Base handshake spoof detected. Just hacking the OS root of this ship self. You? Notice. Big handshake 224. Notice. Big handshake. Accepted.
Trying to stop some brat from hijacking the prototype, apparently.
Notice. Emergency launch override initiated. Prepare for launch in T-minus 120 seconds. Oh my god, just calm down, Mercury. I'm just borrowing it.
I am not debating. I'm trying to save your life. The commander will be furious, and he won't just accept you stealing the Cornerstone project from the design or designated pilot.
It's not a big deal. I'll have it back before you know it.
This is privileged information, but the designated pilot has to launch right this second to get that machine back to Earth before they get here. This is the worst possible time. It couldn't be worse if you planned it.
has to launch right this second to get the machines back to Earth before they get here.
Everyone in the system suddenly somehow knows this base's location, and they're heading here now.
Notice, use the launch override blocked. Denied by base. Oh, wow. Weird. How did that happen? Notice, use the launch override blocked. Denied by base. My god.
Okay, wait. Is Mercury saying that some people are coming to get the machine and she's about to take it for a test drive or whatever?
It sounds like that's what she's trying to do, yes. I cannot seem to scroll up, so... Notice, use the launch override blocked. Denied by base.
You planned it. You planned it, didn't you?
Oh my god, you forgot an apostrophe. That's so embarrassing for you. Notice, space override. Remote shutdown in 30 seconds. Okay, no one can prove anything, especially not the designated pilot unconscious in lockers 27. Oops. Oh, looks like they're trying to kick me out, huh?
Saturn, I know you're mad, but you can't do this when they catch you. You can't do this when they catch you. It's going to be so bad. Can you just please act like you just pranked them? There's still time. I will pay them.
Such a worrywart. You got hours to evacuate to the capital ship, and they'll never engage you this far from base. And I'll be distracting them. I have it all figured out.
Except for how you're going to do anything at all to accomplish that with everyone trying to kill you.
Notice, base override. Remote shutdown in 20 seconds.
Saturn.
Oh, try to have a little faith. Notice, for base override. Remote shutdown in 15 seconds.
Saturn.
Oh my god, calm down. Jeez, it doesn't take a genius to drive one of these things to the moon. Who cares which one of us does it? Or do you think I can't? So I wonder if Mercury is supposed to be the designated pilot. Or maybe she just means a general, which one of us. Notice, base override. Remote shutdown, 10 seconds.
No, she's saying she knocked out the designated pilot.
Right, that was, yeah, locking 27. You're right. Good call, good call.
That is not the issue. The commander cares, and you know better than anyone what he's like.
Notice, base override. Remote shutdown, 9 seconds. Oh god. Iapetus? Iapetus will just have to get used to it. Well, 8 seconds.
Oh, my earphones. I have been trying to charge them, for an hour. Ugh. Okay. Saturn, what are you trying to prove?
7 seconds. 6 seconds. So much, Mercury. 5. But give me a little credit. 4. 3. I have much higher ambitions than just being a bitch. Error. IFF sequence missing. Notice. Base override cancelled. Whew! I was almost getting worried for a second. Welcome, assigned pilot. Full permissions granted.
Saturn, I'm going to die and it will be your fault.
Oh, come on. I'll get this to the moon safe and sound. And let the Severance project be complete. I'll be very good, maybe, and do everything I'm supposed to, maybe. I know I'm the second choice, but they'd rather have that than nothing, right? Very generous of me, isn't it?
They will not accept that.
They kinda sorta have to, don't they? Oh, it's weird how that worked out. The command didn't want me to steal one. They shouldn't have benched me indefinitely. So really, it's their fault. Warning, emergency launch initiated. Let me know when he starts emitting it. Warning, hostile launch. Catapult locks on. High risk of damage to your ship self. Okay, geez, now they're just being needy. Mercury isn't just the worst when it comes to... Wait. Isn't the worst when someone who doesn't care anymore starts clinging just because you found someone new? Isn't it just the worst when someone who doesn't care anymore starts clinging just because you found someone new? What? Someone who doesn't care starts clinging. As in, they don't want you to, move on? Kind of?
Yeah.
Okay. Notice, prepping weapon systems. Notice, electrotoxins level surging. Weapons operational. So gross. Emergency launch initiated. really did that. I didn't think it was gonna go so well. I really, really did it. Everyone who said if I was good, I'd get my chance again sure was a liar. I got away, and I've got a ship, and she's all mine. Saturn's got a fang. That's very good. Oh, you're so beautiful. I want to know everything about you. God, I miss this so much. Much better than the test machines when I was in the academy. She is beautiful. She's a wicked machine with a lot of secrets, and just as giddy as her pilot to be free. She's extremely responsive, eager to do everything Saturn wants. Oh. That's awkward.
Yeah, I guess the narrator.
You're even worth reading the manual for. What's in you? You're not hiding anything from me, are ya? But Saturn already knows everything in the manual and more. It's a very cagey document that doesn't do the ship justice, and is certainly hiding something. There's plenty of information on how to use her electromagnetic poisons, and how to cheat distance gravity, and all of that is fine, but none of that tells her the first thing about how to be a ship. This is useless. How can this help diagnose anything when they don't know the first thing about being a ship? So wrong. Way too dry. That's not what it's like at all. So, they are not just pilots, they're like part of it or something.
I guess so.
It's a body that's also a soul. It means exactly what it is. That's why it's small, curved in wicked edges in some places, but curved in soft ways elsewhere. Sharp claws and a deadly tail, but cute enough to hug. So, perfectly suited for Saturn. So perfectly suited for one who has to understand why they wouldn't give it to her. Oh, so perfectly suited. Okay. So perfectly suited for Saturn, one has to wonder exactly why they didn't give it to her. Really perfect. Fits better than a human body. That's reason enough to disobey everyone and run off with it, isn't it? Oh, speaking of... more threatening emails from Eeptis. Missing me already. You gave him a perfectly good deal. For someone who is always going on about mutually beneficial arrangements, he's really having trouble seeing the big picture. And the time it takes him to realize that, I'm sure I can find something fun to do in this system. Alright, time to test you out and see if it's really true. Can you give me everything I want, down to the last drop? Oh boy. Take it away, She-Hulk.
Okay. It's January 1st, 1980. In the long and cold war, where humanity united against its nemesis, existential threat from beyond the stars, has been over for a long time. Since the 50s, we have been fighting a war against the existential threat. Okay, I am saying existential threat. It's another one of those words that like I read but don't say. That we cannot understand, cannot perceive, and is powerless against the technology of Earth. That is a pretty stupid sort of war to fight, isn't it? When there's enough of a mess down here to worry about. Humanity is already the undisputed authority of reality, and we have the physics to prove it. It's time to return to Earth. I don't know what that symbol is. It's not the...
It's an upside down girl symbol, right? Or female symbol?
Yeah. Yeah. Our home, the seat of the universe. Before Earth takes us back in pieces, let's go home with grace. The first anniversary of the decommissioning of the International Space Program, we, Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety, in agreement with our home planet's unanimous decision, declare there is no future for humanity in space. Let's come home. The Return Resolution Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Safety. So, there's not even an acronym for that. It would be MFSN, the MFNSES. So...
I don't know.
So aliens, they were fighting aliens after the Cold War. And so they were fighting it in space, and now it's time they want to return to Earth. And don't think they can survive in space. That's what I've got.
Seems that way. it's like, I don't know if this is too on like the nose, but it's an existential threat that can't be seen, perceived, understand, and so they can't understand it, can't perceive it, and that threat can't do anything against their technology. Like, is this supposed to be like they're not actually fighting anything and they're just trying to like distract themselves from the reality of the Earth gonna like explode or some shit, or is the existential threat like actually something? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But also, I tried googling upside down female sign, and nothing comes up.
Yeah,
but
so that's probably.
It also is mentioning that the symbol is used for Venus. So
It could also be because Earth, you know how you say Mother Earth, kind of not, using the more feminine.
right, but that's.
But because it's a planet, maybe that's what the upside down is for, to make it like it's feminine but not. It's January 1st, 1981. It's been 1 year since we declared independence from the Memorial Foundation and the rest of Earth. Oh, okay. I guess I missed that in a way. They declared independence from that, and that was them deciding to go home to Earth.
Seems that way.
Yeah, maybe. The Cold War is officially over, and it feels so light without their gravity weighing us down. How can a tiny handful of colonies, terraformers, and schools hold out against the full authority of Earth? Because that shit doesn't fly past escape velocity. To power the ship's cells we made to fight the Cold War, we made tidal resonators to bring the gravity necessary for humans and culture to survive in space. That gravity is ours now, enough to make a new world, free from the weight of Earth. If the Memorial Foundation wants to kill the future, they'll have to come and take it from us. We're thankful for our Cradle's graces, but we're not coming back. Independence Declaration, Cradle's graces. Okay, so Cradle's
this is
graces.
like, this is the backstory for all the factions that we saw at the start.
Yeah.
I guess is like,
That's the one to see it.
this is what happened. This is why we decided to do what we did. These are. It's like they all kind of experienced the same war, but they kind of got something else out of it, I guess. So
they were all part of different factions. So Cradle Graces were totally fine to stay in space. They didn't like that they were being kind of demanded to go back. So that was them declaring independence.
Well, the
so
Flim Student went and were like, nah, we need to kind of go back to our home. There ain't no hope out here. Signed, Flim Zimdifer. And then these guys were the opposite. Now a little bit later.
Yeah. And this is the Celestial Mechanics, which is what Saturn's a part of.
Yes.
So it's January 25th, 1981. Memorial Foundation and Cradle's Graces have been having fun for a little over a year, and nothing is breaking stalemate. Earth is getting impatient. They have good reason to believe that the existential threat posed by divided humanity in space is much greater than any theoretically malevolent entity outside the native sphere. So, existential threat came from. So the existential threat was created by just humanity's being divided.
Yeah, it sounds like it might be more of a metaphor.
Okay, gotcha. Oh, I think that makes sense. It's like an existential crisis.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like an existential threat isn't like someone pointing a gun at you. It's like I'm on the verge of like breaking down because the cold, heartless dose of like reality is going to crush me, sort of thing. You know? So
Gotcha.
I think it's almost like an extinction thing where it's like, if we keep on this path, we are all going to be dead. Maybe.
That's why I think that's what the Memorial Foundation was saying about how like Earth is grounded in reality, and so that's why we deserve to be there.
Yeah,
gotcha.
And it could be because it's like, space is endless, except it isn't, and that's in and of itself like an existential thing to think about. But it's like, if you start trying to pursue like life in space, you will literally never finish. sort of thing. Which for some people is like, cool, that's good. And then for other people it's like, no, terrifying. And then this is the other one.
Yep. While the kids are fighting, Earth is getting ready to list the humans remaining in space as part of the existential threat. And when they do, they'll send real weapons and end this war fought with plastic toys. Their justification? We are technically less than 100% human, just not human enough to be something else. It's hard to believe they're really onto us. It's time to make a drastic move. Bring our final piece, the prototype ship self-string pearls we made in the atmosphere of planet Cronus, which will never be Saturn. To the lunar gravity well. Memorial Foundation and Cradle's bases are already headed. Whoever controls that place controls human access to space. You can be sure everything will be in place there. Further space, we're just short of 100% human. So let's see how much less than 100% we can get.
Okay.
So the celestial mechanics are just trying to. I mean, I want to go back to the opening screen again, the title screen where each other section, but
yeah.
The celestial. Actually, if I just pull up, it was definitely in the launch trailer. So. But it seems like they're. So the self ship string pearls is the prototype they're making.
Right, and that was what Saturn's ship was in the opening screen. So that's probably what we just stole.
I was just confused when they said which will never be Saturn.
Yeah, that is confusing because made in the planet of Cronus, which I don't think is any moon or anything, even in our planet. Planet Cronus does not sound familiar, but I'm also not a fucking. Oh, is it another name for Saturn? No. There's Kronos, not this spelling, but a different one.
But you don't know why they're headed to the lunar gravity well or what that is, but apparently whoever controls it controls human access to space. So, and that's that is where Saturn is taking the string of pearls.
That's where it was supposed to go, and I think that's why they're freaking out, is because it seemed like, okay, so this planet thing that we stole should go there, and then we could like kind of take control of it. But then Saturn was like, but what if instead I don't do that? And that's why everyone was like, you can't, you have to, maybe. I guess we'll see. But yeah, so, okay. I don't know, again, I'm not sure if this is like a metaphorical, like, they're rejecting their humanity, JoJo, or if they're actually, like, aliens of some kind, or what. I guess
it's
we'll find out.
Seeming like this is seeming like a kind of the type of mech. I mean, they're saying that they're kind of bonding with their mechs, right? Like Kill la Kill style, or
right.
Whatever.
You are wearing me, and I am being worn by you.
Yes.
You are piloting me, and I am being piloted by you.
So the celestial mechanics want to see how far they can go with that technology, and the celestial mechanics. It's a name problem.
Oh Lord. Let's do save. Big cute. She looks human enough, so I don't know. Mission select, huh? Okay. Saturn return. In strange gravity of abandoned deafness lab, Saturn lies in wait for the looming threat of Pluto's mysterious ship. What are they after, and will they get it? Joyride Killjoy, weaving in and out of the sixth planet's rings, which is
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter.
Saturn. Yeah, okay. Sixth planet is Saturn. That makes sense. Weaving out of the sixth planet, Ring Memorial Foundation's Ace Lunatero plays cat and mouse with the renegade ship thief Saturn. Okay. Mail and alerts.
So Luna is the rival.
apparent promotion. It doesn't say which one came first, so. Subject to your apparent promotion, Celestial Mechanics Division Lead, Yaptis. Good job, Saturn. There's no point in being angry with you, so I'll choose to be proud of you instead. Oh, my plan worked. Look at that, huh? I'll refrain from having you sunk, since that's counterproductive to our intentions for that unit. You were a reserve candidate after all, so you'll do fine. Try not to make it too much of a pain in the ass for me. That'd be great. I'll have Mercury reassigned to you, since he apparently doesn't have much of a say in the matter. Oh, Mercury is boy. Okay. How nostalgic. The two of you had so much potential. Well, he knows how to do his job at least. Okay, so I think maybe it sounds like Mercury. No, we already said this because we knocked out a pilot, so never mind. Do your best to not get the string of pearls sunk. We'll absolutely wash you out of the biological interface and reassign you permanently if we get the chance. So prove you're competent enough and neither of us will have wasted our time. So like we theorized, better to ask for forgiveness than permission, essentially, and it worked out. In some way. Truce ending effective immediately. Okay, wait. So this was from... That was all internal. This one, Native Sphere Mass Communication, Memorial Foundation Existential Safety. That's where they were saying whoever controlled... Nope, that was the gravity well. Alright, so... Getting some Lost Souls vibes here. Lots of information being dumped up front, but that's fine. We're working through it. Truce ending effective immediately. To all members of the formal Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Research Division. Alright, the Flimsimeter, so the first group. Now known as Celestial Mechanics. So...
Celestial Mechanics is the name that we can use to refer to that.
Okay, so the first
one was saying there's no hope for humans in space.
Right, but wasn't that the Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Research Division? Or was that something else with a really long thing that we couldn't put into an acronym?
That was the same thing. The Memorial Foundation Native Sphere Existential Research.
So the first
that was the long thing.
So the first and the third one from the same, because they're saying that it's just a different name, right? Because they're saying that the Flimsimeter, was now known as Celestial Mechanics.
Okay, so I don't know, man.
This message serves as a formal acknowledgement that this branch has violated our trust and broken the provisions of 1981 Memorial Foundation consensus by violating Cost 3, the development of variable gravity engine, and Cost 7, installation of variable gravity. Okay, very good. Yep. I feel like I'm at work. Celestial Mechanics will no longer be listed as part of Memorial Foundation. Okay, so I guess they're not the same. They will be formally relisted as an independent entity and considered a true existential threat by more. Okay, so yeah, they're not. We still offering forgiveness, so please defect as soon as possible while the appeal grace period is still in effect. Please otherwise expect title retaliation for existential threat.
Oh, what it was that first one was like a whole year before the following ones.
Yeah.
So like at that time they were like, there's no hope for humans in space. And then the Celestial Mechanics broke off and was like, no, we're gonna stay here.
Yeah.
And take this as far as we can go.
Yeah. So not only is there hope in space, there's more hope if we just reject our humanity. Kind of vibes, okay. And we are now part of the... See, and the fact that like now this is part of the existential threat, I think is leaning to that, where it's like maybe just more of a metaphor.
Yeah, I'm convinced that it's not an actual physical thing that they're fighting. Okay.
And also the Flimsimeter is led by Princess Halamidi Princess. Very good. Okay.
Okay, so that's not too hard to grasp for the most part.
Putting it together bit by bit.
They use a lot of big words, but when you break it down, it's like people want to stay in space, people don't want to stay in space, people want to take the machine.
People no longer want to be people.
Yeah.
We can do this. We can read.
Yeah. Number cute. Boy in space on purpose. Constant bridge buddy.
Not responsible for design. That's very good. For insufferable horror creature. Forward all complaints to Mercury. That's great. Good dynamic already. So, alright, you literally messaged me first, you nerd. Oh my god.
Heartbeat.
Come on, baby. I'm sorry. What can I do to make it up to you, please?
Give back the ship.
Oh, come on. I'm obviously not doing that. Anything else?
Please, I'm begging you. Listen to reason. You have so much left to live for.
Oh, Mercury, come on. We both know that's not true.
What do you want from me?
I left the girls who would shoot me out of orbit.
God.
Same. Anyways, don't be a crybaby. I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Saturn, you are extremely wrong if you think that there is a chance I am at all worried about you. If you come back, all will be forgiven, but you need to bring it back.
Mercury, it's fun playing, but I don't think you've been listening at all. Girls don't like that. Mercury, it's not that ship anymore. It's me. Mercury, you wouldn't ask me to give up my own self, would you? How lewd. I'm sailing on a ship with myself now, and I'm not giving it up until gravity drags me back, kicking and screaming. We are one.
I can't deal with you.
Aw, thank you, baby. Mwah.
You are a nightmare, and I'm giving up trying to save you from yourself.
I like this banter. Very good. Oh my god, love you!
I hate you so much. I hate
This is
you
basically
so
just our actual conversations, isn't it? We don't even
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
replay
wow.
this. This is just... Okay, you know you can't stay mad at me.
I can't, and it's horrible, but my revenge will come because literally everyone else in the universe can't.
I don't have to hate you. Everyone else does it enough. That's fantastic. Oh, darn. Guess I should have fun while it lasts.
Saturn, if you defect, I cannot protect you. Iapetus is furious, and he's going to come personally for you if you don't come back.
I told you I'd do all the missions. What? Don't you believe me?
Obviously not.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe me either. Okay, let me ask this. Do you think I'd give up on the Eversion project? We both know what that is.
Go on.
Eversion? It doesn't matter. Iapetus wanted to fight for a new self beyond a self. Okay, beyond a ship self, but not even get a taste until the end? So, right now, we're having sex with the machines and becoming one, but Iapetus wanted to do something more than that. Wanted us to fight for a new self beyond a ship self, but not even get a taste until the end.
So he didn't get to fight, because this is the prototype, so he didn't get to actually do
Yeah.
anything.
Ah, fuck that. My house now. Tell me, which of the two of us you trust less, Mercury? Oh, jeez, that scared me. Okay, loud noise. Okay. So, right, he kind of wanted them to fight with a promise of, like, we're gonna get even better things, basically. But you don't get to get those things until after we fight, maybe, right? That's the vibe.
I guess so.
Okay, good. Oh, here's the log, I guess. Okay. Then of Saturn. All that stuff that we did. Base override, cancel it. Okay. And then this was the thing where we talked to ourselves. Okay. And then this thing that we just did now. Okay. Oh god. We might, okay. That might be a thing, or maybe it's not a thing, we'll see. I want to do another save. It's reminding me of some Neptunia stuff. Okay, so then I guess we go mission select? I don't know which one we're supposed to do. Okay, so Saturn return. I guess maybe it doesn't matter. In the strange gravity of the abandoned Daphnis lab, Saturn lies in wait for the looming threat of Pluto's mysterious ship. But what are they after, and will they get it? Joyride Killjoy, weaving in and out of the 6 planets' rings. Memorial Foundation's Ace, Lunataria plays cat and mouse with the renegade ship thief Saturn. Do you have a preference on which one you want to try first?
Okay, so this was Saturn. Saturn Return is. Okay. And what's the trip? Okay, reading it now. Well, Lunatera has some hope of being the homoerotic sexual tension between rivals, and Saturn Return is meeting Pluto's mysterious ship.
So I guess I guess that's basically like what girl right now, because Lunatera and Pluto were the other pilots. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess I feel like we might be able to do either.
Right.
Maybe. Unless it's like you choose one of the other two that you get to date or something or flirt with.
Yeah. I don't. Sure. So Saturn Return. If they say there's your ship. Foundation's Ace and then let's go with this chick seemed like the Lunatera girl, and we seem like the not quite a Genki, but like we'll just go with this one. What the fuck? Worst comes to worst, we reload. Also, this is suddenly very loud. 1 second. Say something? I can't hear you. Shit.
Is it in the music though?
I do like the music, yes. I cannot hear you over it. Okay, say something again.
Say something.
Okay, that's a bit better.
Alright. Please tell me how long you're going to be engaged in this. May I stress again, incredibly dangerous, giant wasting time.
Until they start sending someone interesting after me, Mercury. Obviously.
The whole fleet would be after you if you hadn't damaged the entire launch window when you stole that.
Could they even take me out while I'm flying this thing? And you say that like that wasn't part of the plan. Of course they couldn't follow me.
No, they won't stop you from flying. And let me stress this info packet as a gift purely to prevent your ship self from falling into enemy hands, not an indication of any sort of forgiveness.
Let me worry about Iapetus Mercury. He's gonna be a lot less grumpy when I clear the way for us and celestial mechanics to return to the native sphere. I've got it all figured out. Forehead tap.
You absolutely don't, but okay. Did you read the info packet?
My god, no, because all I can hear is your sister. God. Ace Memorial Foundation pilot Lunatera in hot pursuit with escorts. Plan an attack on the lab. Arrived after you escaped. Do not engage under any circumstances. Boring. So obviously I'm gonna engage. Oh, but this part was good. I don't expect you to control your impulses. Wait, no, this is you. Fuck. What did she say? I don't expect you to control your impulses, but given that you're just like that, she is the last person you should be trying to fight on purpose. Sounds like I should definitely fight her on purpose, right?
I hate you. I actually hate you.
Kisses! Oh, come on. The carrier's never gonna make it out of the system if I don't.
You don't know how to pilot your ship, and she's a veteran since the Cold War. You're going to get yourself captured and humiliated, and the ship trashed.
So, Friday. You're saying there's no downside. All right.
Why are you doing this to me?
And she's 6'1", huh? Damn, your attention to detail is so useful sometimes. You know what I want to hear.
Are you using me to cruise?
Did her eye change, or has it always been like that?
I think it changed. Your taste is so awful, look, I hate you.
Oops, looks like one of her escorts is in range. Sorry, gotta go. Surprise is all I've got, you know.
I guess that'll also be me.
Channel your tired dad energy.
I know, I'm kind of into it. I wish Europa would stop sending me boys who can't control themselves.
Well, Guess that means I'm out.
Having fun dismantling my escorts?
With the string of Pearl's fingers, Saturn carefully peels the mechanical musculature of the poor ship's arm. She's holding a souvenir of the last Lunaterra's escorts that she sent crying too easily back to their base. I need to read this one more time. So with the string of Pearl's fingers, that's our ship. Saturn carefully peels the mechanical musculature out of the poor ship's arm she's holding. Assuming the last Lunaterra escorts she crying to is back to their base.
Okay, so she took the enemy's
Yeah.
arm, basically, and is pulling off whatever the musculature is.
Yeah, okay, so we, destroyed them, I guess, and sent them back, and now it's probably only Lunaterra. Oop.
There it is.
It's still sparkling and oozing, and Saturn wishes her ship had a mouth so she could suck it out like crab meat. Kinky.
What? That's that.
Maybe it does have a mouth. The machine has many mysteries the manual doesn't explain, and Saturn is still learning them.
I suppose it opens the window lesson about sending girls who can't control themselves.
Oh man, we're just going right into some of that tongue-in-cheek stuff. Oh really? Hey, that's really interesting. Mind telling me more?
Oh, is it active there? How is it? Something to understand this on frequency.
Oh, you flatter me. I am interesting. But hey, what did that mean exactly? About the girls who can't control themselves? I really need to hear more about that.
It means back up that talk first. Or can you land a hit off the comms?
Lunaterra's gravitational field focuses to a single point. Lunaterra isn't budging. She's been through much worse, and so has her ship, followed always by a thin trail from a bleeding wound she could never completely repair. Okay. So, metaphorical, maybe, of some sense that she's wounded in some regard and hasn't moved past it. Or maybe she just literally can't fix her ship. Who knows? Probably the former. The Mare Crimson is over 2 decades old, but Saturn can't even land a hit. It's regal and stiff, dressed in cold metallics, weathered and refurbished. The archetypal prototype for all other ship shells, still going after all these years. So Saturn's in like the newest, fanciest version, and Lunaterra's in the oldest version, but experience beating talent or something.
Yep.
Still furiously untouchable. The string of pearls hasn't gone down, no matter how much she's been ran with that spear, but she hasn't even nicked Lunaterra's ship once. I'm into that vibe of like the what is it? I guess like the underdog or like the upbeat, like bright-eyed warrior guy that like thinks he can take on the senior, but then
and his hired dad.
Yeah. Very good.
Not bad at all for a joyride, but you can't get one hidden.
Ah, good thing you don't win by looking cool. So, no mercy for newbies?
No.
Lunaterra puts a stake of solid light through the string of Pearl's leg, pins it to its own gauze wrapper. It doesn't hurt at all. The ship's metal begin molding and reforming around the wound immediately. A ridiculous, unfair advantage. Saturn has no right to complain, but she still wants to. But she is trying to be cool. Everyone wants to, when in the quiet gleam of that always bleeding ship.
That's a pretty amazing ship. I think it'll last. Either you're fighting just for fun, because you're that reckless, or you're caught in your own containment wrapper and can't escape orbit yet. And you'd beat me for sure if I played around.
Oh, I'm not done yet. That's not true. That was a lie. That's not true. It's actually very difficult to move with a solid light bullet in your leg, but she's not going to let that stop her. Saturn is suddenly closer than she logically could be, claws bubbling, but Lunaterra effortlessly slips away and kicks Saturn's ship directly in the chest.
Yeah, you're done. The containment wrapper is still stuck to you, so your movement's off. Doesn't seem to have stopped you that much.
Well, this is only 5% of my power. Right. God, it was so rude of them to stop me. Imagine how cool I'd be without the restrictions.
It seems cruel to take it away when you're having so much fun with it.
Same as you, right?
Do I know you?
Everyone knows Memorial Foundation's perfect ace. Your reputation precedes you.
What do I know? So I do, don't I?
Kiss emoji. Let me out of this thing and I'll tell you.
Why should I?
Because you can't help yourself. Besides, don't you want a real fight?
See, I know you're baiting me. The thing is, you're right. Can you promise it'll go different?
I can promise it'll be more fun.
You are asking for me to totally abandon my duty. Do that. Did that instead?
See, this is basically what happens between Phoenix and Edgeworth, but we have to force it in and ad-lib it ourselves. This game's just giving it to us straight up, and that's what I needed.
This is what I told you would probably be the case.
What, you won't? Wait, shit. That's good. Ask me for dinner. Okay. What, you won't? The legendary pilot who defected from Memorial Foundation, then double-crossed the rebels she abandoned them for, can't be opposed to a little fooling around with the enemy? X'd out.
I guess you do know me. Want to trust each other?
Or is it more fun if we don't? Oh god. Okay. It's more fun if they do, and Saturn gets embarrassed. It's more fun if they don't, and Lunaterra gets owned. So Betray favors Memorial Foundation, which is Lunaterra. We loyal favor our home celestial mechanics.
I feel like... Oh wait, hold on. Go back to the it's more fun if they don't. So...
And this is with if we trust each other, is the question that was posed.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just wondering why, if they don't trust each other, it ends up favoring the celestial mechanics. It's just letting us know that's what'll happen. So,
yeah.
Well, I think it's you know, the angst in me wants to say it's probably important if they don't, but I want to say it might be. I mean, because is it too soon? Is it too soon if we're going to compare this to Miles and Edgeworth? It's not Miles and Edgeworth, Phoenix and Edgeworth. We're gonna
Miles and Edgeworth, the two men within that one boy. Exactly. The part that wants to be the defense attorney, the part that wants to be the prosecutor, constantly fighting for control. Anyway, sorry.
No, I was gonna say if we're gonna compare it to them, then maybe they need to have that angst first. Like they have to. What made those ships so great was that they didn't trust each other first, and they had to get to that point. Edward had to be humbled.
All right. And I feel like, yeah. So you're kind of leaning towards this one. You mean with them not trusting each other at first and like seeing how it plays out that way. Oh, I can also.
Yeah, is it possible save?
Yeah, I was just gonna say we can do new save. I also feel like that's probably. It's like we have the alignment chart, right? So that's probably how the endings work, and I feel like a safe bet is just to go with our faction and be loyal, even though like that doesn't really seem to be the vibe of like Saturn's character so far. But I don't know if we do both. Come back and see. But yeah, why don't we just go with this one? It's more fun if we don't to start and see. I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick first though, because of course.
Okay.
So time. I think also it's like with how this is saying that if we trust each other, we get embarrassed and lose. We don't trust each other, then Terra gets owned. Like it seems like Terra does not actually trust us, sort of thing. So it's like with this, we kind of keep our guard up and we win. And with this, we let our guard down and get beaten. Might also be the implication.
That's true.
Oh, I got an achievement. Good at bad decisions. Oh, just make a choice for the first time. Okay.
I'm impressed. Most people would be nervous to have a knife this near their throat.
It's not like you can hurt it, so there's nothing to be nervous about, is there?
That's true. But you're so new to this, I thought your brain would be overriding the information from the ship.
Maybe I'm not new to this.
Well, you're a candidate, so I think that might be true. But you're also trembling, so I think it's not completely true.
I'm still very dangerous, you know, Lunatera.
I believe that for sure.
You wouldn't be trembling if you were in my shoes.
Less so. People tremble for a lot of reasons, though.
I don't have anything to fear, so please don't project that on me.
Huh. Well, if you're fearless, what is it then?
It could be anticipation, couldn't it?
It's carousal. This is very foolish of me.
It really is.
I have you right where I want you, remember?
I mean that I have you too. Maybe this is exactly where I want to be.
Your claws are twitching.
I thought we promised not to trust each other.
I still don't.
Then you must really like living dangerously if you're still helping me.
I'm having fun.
I can tell. If you want to know so bad, that's why I didn't like you.
Because you were a test pilot and never got to fly before the end of the Cold War. All idiots like me got to? Huh. Now that's enough. That's enough. Hold still.
Everyone let you have as much fun as you wanted. You were a real huge jerk. I was always jealous of that.
Everyone will let me get away with their regrets now. There. Done.
Thanks. For all your hard work, I should leave you something to remember me by.
Well, ready to fight for real?
I sorta already did. And Saturn has left a claw scratch of a hot pink poison seeping on Marcrusium's thigh. How's that? I finally did get a hit on you.
Good job.
They break away, rocketing. So I guess our little, like, restrictive net thingy that we were stuck with is now off. Oh, it's just a little love bite. Pay me back for it next time.
Oh, trust me, I will.
Kinky. Okay, yeah, so we've improved our standing with our own faction. Okay, that was short, little itty bitty part 2.
I didn't actually see how long the game is.
Seems to depend on the route. Let me see the Steam page. I can pull up here. Give me a sec. Nope, that didn't mean. That's not what I wanted. Let me try that again. Had some finished reviews and stuff for like at 8 hours, and I don't remember. Let me see. So 4 hours for one review, 22 hours for another review, 5, 6, 11, 4, 8, 3, 2, 10. Okay, kind of all over the place. Probably depends on how many routes they do and whatnot. So I honestly am not sure. It probably just depends.
Gotcha.
Okay, I guess we'll find out. So we got some new stuff here. Pilot candidates, 007 Mercury interviews. That's our buddy. General compassion take. I guess I'll be the doctor. Don't worry, it's just a checkup. I think the M is... Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, historically untrustworthy scenario.
Just questions, I promise.
That's not really a great way to set my mind at ease.
Let's just answer the questions, okay, wise guy?
Fine.
Have you experienced a sense of vertigo or loss of balance for a period lasting more than 2 minutes in the last month?
No.
Have your eating habits changed at all recently?
No.
Have your...
No.
Mercury, work with me, please.
Why? You work with me.
If I absolutely promise, neither I nor anyone else will do anything at all to stop you from being exactly who you want or from whatever changes you need, will you at least answer my questions?
Sometimes. Maybe.
Will do nothing at all to stop you from being exactly who you want or from whatever changes you need. Okay, that's good enough for me. We're just curious if it's a side effect of life in space or educational programming of Dr. Nix or in reference to the behavior of Iapetus.
No, that's backwards. Everyone else seems to get to do whatever they want without limits in space. Why is it weird when I do it?
We want to test for the effects of space alone, so self-induced changes have to be controlled for.
Don't ask what's in my endocrine system. It's my endocrine system. Fine, it's testosterone, and I put it there because I wanted it there. Is that enough? Ah. Gotcha.
Trans? Or am I...
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure I wasn't misreading that. So... And they think it might... No, okay, I see what's going on. Go ahead. Oh, is that enough? Well, I guess that is what I needed to know.
If you promise not to ask me about it again, I'll give you all the data I cataloged about the changes.
Okay, I get it.
You're starting to get it. Stop treating me like a girl, and I'll know you've really got it.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that cleared it up. Okay, so they were probably getting some sort of, like, sense. They probably have, like, things in the cockpit or whatever that, like, monitor pilots' health or whatever. They notice changes, and we're like, we need to make sure that it's not something going on. And he's like, I've been taking supplements. Okay, cool.
Scroll back up to, I wanted to see what the name, Dr. Nix, they said. And it appears that the side effect of life in space or educational programming of Dr. Nix, or in reference to behavior of Iapetus. Okay. So, wanted to know if you're being basically your stress levels are increasing by your commander, your doctor that you received your education from, traumatized you.
Right.
Is it drama or space?
Let's see. Just a checkup. Answer the questions. No. What you were going to please. Is that anything else to stop you being exactly you want or whatever changes you need? Let me answer the questions. You want to test.
I had a feeling the moment they said, like, everyone else gets to be whatever they want in space.
Yeah.
What?
I thought, yeah, I was kind of, that was, yeah, like, not a red flag, but like a flag, I guess, or whatever, like, it made you think that, and then, so we want to test for the effects of space alone, self-induced. So, when was this from? Extra, I guess it doesn't, I just wonder, because when they're saying that we want to test for the effects of space alone, so stop transitioning because it's fucking up the data, basically. I just wonder when it was from, but I really got it. And I guess the stop treating me like a girl thing is like maybe with the behavior of Iapetus, who I think they said was a guy, also, or whatever. And if it's like if he's making you feel like you can't be a girl or whatever, and Mercury's like, no, I just am not one. So. Interesting.
I don't even think that was what I think they're talking about I don't think they were assuming that somehow the programming was I think they were trying to figure out if the hormonal imbalance was because of that, not that that was somehow making him believe he couldn't.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you're right, because this came before he said that it was right. Okay, yeah, no, you're right. I got that out of order. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to tactics. Distracted from enemies. Ship self-string of pearls augmentation. The string of pearls is configured for specific outward expressions of gravity. Tidal forces. The dissonant rhythm of this reactor makes peaceful tidal communication risking difficult. Be cautious, despite the range of penetration this unit is capable of. Oh my. The electromagnetic conductors have liquefied the electrical energy to corrupting material, form of theoretical matter that should be used as a primary engagement tool. A seducer saboteur model the unit's functions. Is everything in this going to be a sex metaphor? I don't know if that's just me, but...
No, I believe that's the game.
Okay.
I did see that. That was the reviews. They were like, it's very kinky.
It's a mecha, but it's also a sex toy. It's able to take the damage head on as an opportunity to inflict rather than avoid, but the unit can be contained, restrained, and physically entirely. Yeah, so... Okay. Be rough with it. We're into it. Self-ship string of pearls is kinky bitch. That's fine. Oh, okay, so then we come back and do the other one anyway.
Yeah. You get to meet all the girls.
Mercury, listen, it's an emergency. I'm sorry about everything, but this is important. You have to tell Commander. Pause for effect. That I'm getting so late.
I'm logging off by. I was not fooled for even a second that this would be useful.
Really? Not even for a second? What about when I did my dramatic pause?
I no longer experience hope as a concept.
Mercury is a fucking mood.
I really, really like Mercury. You freed me from it.
I'm almost worried now. I really do like Mercury already. That I don't know if the other routes or the other girls or whatever are gonna have as fun of a sidekick. Oh, stop! I'm blushing. You're welcome.
What do you want from me, Saturn?
Do you know any discreet places to make out in on Eris?
Goodbye, Saturn.
Also, here's the test output to date.
Saturn. Goodbye.
Aren't you gonna bring me the data analysis?
If it is indeed data you are sending this time and not just nudes.
That's rude. I always ask before I send them to you.
I don't mind acting as the official art director of Saturn's nudes since you need it so badly and it's substantially less tedious than data analysis. But if you were as punctual about sending data as cockpit selfies, I would have a lot more data to report.
Why are you so incredulous all the time?
You stole the prototype, might I remind you? You can't just continue the field testing as if nothing happened.
Why not?
Because why would you do anything you didn't want to do?
Kiss, kiss.
What are you planning?
Wink, wink.
Ugh, fine. They've been dying for it anyway.
Cool, how'd I do? Hmm?
This is not bad. It's pretty useful.
He typed through tears.
Don't rub it in. I can't believe your ship stuff's expanded so much already. What are you doing with it?
I think I've been hinting very clearly now what I've been getting up to.
I instantly regret this question. You're supposed to test the prototype in combat.
Same difference. Don't you know the saying, love is war? I can't believe we invented a ship designed to get into trouble and didn't think, oh, Saturn is the obvious choice for this.
We both know why.
You're an even more obvious choice than me. Fuck Iapetus. I don't know if it's the Iapetus or Lapetus. It's an I, right? I think it's an I.
I think that it's an I, because it's capital.
It's just like nothing else is capital. Oh, it would be an... So, where... Is there another
Well...
Because this is a lowercase I.
Yeah.
And she doesn't capitalize her name. Or Mercury, I don't think.
So I guess it could be an L, but I think... Was the email capitalized?
Yeah, she doesn't uppercase any of the other I's, and she doesn't uppercase Mercury. So why would this be uppercase and not? We can go back and check the email afterward. Anyway.
I think it's Iapetus. Iapetus is okay. It is because it's Greek. I knew it was a Greek word. Like I remember seeing something. So it's the Greek. He's the son of Uranus and Gaia.
Right, and fucking everybody's Mercury, Saturn, etc.
Yeah.
So it's an I?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck yeah, but it's for throwing us both out like trash. Thanks, Dad. Come on, aren't you a little happy to see a little havoc in this perfect garden? Very big, like Adora, Catra, Shadow Weaver vibes a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I'll be looking forward to you collecting new data.
Attaboy. They're fun. I like them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have it capitalized here. I don't know. That was just weird that his name was capitalized, but nothing else was. Okay, so we are with Celestial Mechanics, 12%. Time for the next mission.
Maybe that's also well, no, I don't think that'll be a good measure of how far along we are into the game, because it could go either way. It could be 12% and anything else. What do you mean I can feel her presence? Please do not try to sound that cool. You are not a Dragon Ball Z character. I can feel her presence. Everyone can feel her presence. I can feel it right now. How could you even possibly ignore something like that? I make the Dragon Ball Z reference. Do you feel that? I can taste that.
Oh my god, shut up. I mean, I can feel it physically. She's literally choking me right now.
Oh, gross. Wait, what? Like how?
I knew you were into my kinks. Oh my god, she's actually choking her. Like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Like, it's spinning upside down and I can't stop.
Are you sure you haven't somehow concussed yourself or given yourself gravity sickness from all of the damage you've managed to inflict on yourself in the past 12 hours?
Are you saying I'm self-destructive? Yes?
You're saying self-destructive, and I'm agreeing.
Yes, and it's on top of all that, and also shut up. String of Pearls is feeding me sensory information on the direct line. I'm a human being with 5 senses, and she's trying to cram a dozen more into me.
Still kinky. By direct line, you were in fact talking about extremely creepy physical interface connection between you and the String of Pearls, correct?
It really, really is, right?
It's truly incredible how we agree about everything and still feel the opposite about it.
Is this why you keep hesitating before giving me intel?
Yes, because you're going to do the opposite of what you should do with it, and I also can't not tell you, because you might die, so running support for you is an incredibly anxiety-inducing affair. Mercury is the name.
He is best. Oh wait. He is best boy. I wanted to say best girl as like the joke of guys being best girl, but that's not nice to say in this context. So, Mercury best boy for sure. By default, but also, I doubt there's going to be a boy better. He's setting the bar very high.
Indeed.
Oh man, that must be so hard.
Oh, thank you for acknowledging it.
Oh, sorry, I meant to say I must make you so hard. So, you gonna tell me what's after me?
You already figured it out, haven't you? Yes, it's that Cradle's Grace's masterwork.
Celestial Mechanics traded the knowledge for how to finish String of Pearls in exchange for what they needed to finish the Croon Macula. It would be pretty funny if they caught us this way in the end. I guess that's the other ship. Croon Macula.
The name of the
other
Celestial Mechanics ship?
No, the enemy ship, I think, right? Well, I guess we'll find out.
Lunaterras?
No, not Lunaterras, the other girls. Plutos, yeah. Maybe, we'll see. I mean, that's what it sounded like, an information swap for finishing each other's respective ships.
Gotcha. I forgot we're also on Pluto's mission right now, so this will probably be pretty Pluto specific.
Yeah.
It's headed directly to the lab. We've already evacuated on the capital ship, but you are its highest priority.
Should I play bait?
If anything, it's more important for you to get back to the native sphere first. In order for us to make contact, we need a string of probes. We believe if you hide in the abandoned Daphnis lab, you can use the decaying gravity furnace for cover.
That's sensible. But bait sounds like a lot more fun, you know?
Really?
Oh yeah, there's Caroline's there. Oh, come on. Yabadis must think their pilot is a real idiot if she's gonna waste her time on a wild goose chase like that.
We wouldn't just sacrifice you like that.
No, he totally would. There must be backups for making contact. Just because I'm the easiest option doesn't mean I'm the only one. He's testing to see if I'm worth investing in, or just gonna get myself killed. Why run? Why not have it out with her? I bet she's thinking the same thing too.
Be careful, Saturn. If you can tell what they're thinking, they can tell what you're thinking.
Please. If I could really do something like that, they wouldn't have kicked me out of the pilots.
And how do you know the pilot's a sheep?
Because boys can't pilot. Daphnis. Did you want to read that?
Oh no, I was reading it to myself.
Daphnis, the tiny shepherd moon, so small it barely earns a name, tumbles through the killer gap, ruffling the rings of the planet it orbits. It houses the last official laboratory of Earth's decommissioned space program, training ground of failures like Saturn, and special girls like Pluto. Okay, geez, game. Saturn remembers it feeling cramped, anxious, and scary. No, wait. Pluto remembers it that way. Saturn remembers when it used to feel so special to be chosen, a candidate for the last generation of pilots. But didn't Pluto feel that way too? Sometimes two things are true. In this place, gravity is quietly degenerating, and distances are becoming ambiguous between past and present, between me and you. The Daphnis lab seems similar to Saturn now, though not as tiny as it feels to Pluto. And that's obvious. No longer pupil-sized, she tears through it like worms in an apple. But there's a much bigger worm here, and she doesn't know anymore if this was a good idea. Wait, what was a good idea? Saturn doesn't have any ideas. She's just trying to hide. Even though there's no place where you can hide, no place where you cannot be felt by. Is this Pluto's dialogue?
Pluto.
Yeah. Alert. Tidal resonance. IFF. Confirms enemy. Warning. Gravitational hazard. Danger. Pressure exceeding safe range. I know. It's extremely exciting. Stop making me nervous. You're throwing off my game. Supermassive. Small enough to hide in this complex, but with a dual reactor denser than the entire moon compressed into the head of a pin. And an hour ago, Saturn felt the gravitational pull of something so big and so close and so powerful, the interior of her cockpit creaked with pressure, and her head, heart, and eyes welled up with tears. Something that couldn't be anything other than Pluto. Cool, she must be pretty big, huh? So why is she so hard to find? Saturn has no idea. Why do I have the feeling someone's laughing at me? No one is laughing at Saturn. The lab's been abandoned for years. But Pluto?
Narrator's the second best character.
Pluto, wherever she is, giggles. Not in a mean way. She really does think it's cute. Man, I haven't thought about Pluto in a long time. Oh man, it really would be funny if she was in that monster. Well, now someone is laughing at Saturn. Hey! Now I know someone's here. I can feel you listening. But I can hear you too. And I can catch you. You're not the only one who can fuck with the narrative. Narrator, you think you're hot shit?
Mutually assured destruction.
Okay.
Grace. I don't want to I mean, if we're gonna play to Saturn's MO, I don't think she would want to completely bend to the whims of celestial mechanics.
So, this one?
Yeah, mutually assured destruction seems. So I think she do. We're not coming back.
It's easiest to catch someone. If you don't care, you might get caught yourself. Besides, if you want to drive someone wild, you gotta show them you're worth watching. And that you're good enough to catch them, too. The lab is dark. The malfunctioning lights cast an eerie glow. Dying culture without gravity to hold it together. But she can hear the faint laughter rippling in the gravity. And where it's coming from. When you don't know the controls, mashing all the buttons at once is just as good. Got you! It's a hit. Her claws sink in. They tremble in the pressure. Whatever they've sunk into is bigger than belief. The Krun Macula towers over Saturn. Pluto's ship is so big it barely fits in the complex, but it's only a speck compared to how big it feels. So Pluto's got some big dick energy. Supermassive enough to warp local spacetime, humming and vibrating with nebula dust. Incredibly gentle, or she would have destroyed Saturn and the whole complex without even trying.
Should this also be me?
I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm remembering her, she was the one that was like, she just trying really hard not to have any dislikes.
Oh, yeah, that was her for sure, yeah.
What was her likes again?
It was like every good girls,
Succulents, good girls, crushing, both kinds,
yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
Okay. Well, great. And she's the one who wants to make, even if Earth has given up on a new life for humanity in space, Cradle Spaces hasn't, and Pluto will make that dream come true. So she wants to make life, space, a reality. Oh wow, you got me!
No matter what size it appears, in the truest, most real sense of size, the ship is bigger than this moon. Wait. Ship is bigger than this moon, than anything Saturn can imagine. So is Pluto more of like an idea, or is she... It almost seems like she's... like... No, or is it just her ship? Like, they're almost building it up like it's not even a real, like, comprehensible thing. Like, she's just almost like a god. But I don't know if I'm misreading that or if it's just the ship. A lot of abstract stuff in this, for sure.
She's just very, very big.
String of pearls quickly flits away, but Krun Macula's grip on her his grip is on her before she can twitch.
And I've got you, Saturn. I really was surprised to see you like this.
Cool, right? I've got poison now too. Want to see if you're still the top weirdo psychic mutant in space? Okay, so so Pluto's got some shit going on.
Oh wow, that sounds really cool. But I don't know if you're ready yet.
Wanna bet?
Sure.
The string of pearls screeches and buckles as the dust ignites and a tiny portion of Pluto's tidal forces slam into her. Warning, gravity hazard. Okay.
Hard enough.
Oh, you kidding? I got fucked the other day.
Okay. You can turn it up.
Whew, that is sure insane. Oh, it feels like my brain is melting into the universe. Is this what Cog Rush felt like?
You're the one who wanted to show off. You don't have to do that to endear yourself to me. But if you really want to impress me, you're going to have to do better than that.
It's like, oh, don't worry, I love everybody. I don't respect everybody, but...
I'm kind of in your vibe.
Yeah?
But the tired dad's usually my go-to. I'm into the Penny Lustone. I'm like, oh, I'll kill you.
Yeah. The like kind of tired, like the Aizawa confidence versus like, I don't even know, like joke, Miss
Muriel
Joke?
confidence.
I guess, yeah. I don't really. Who has like a god complex in My Hero? All for one, I guess. Aizawa versus like all for one levels of confidence, maybe.
Yeah, I got complex. She's like Gojo.
Yeah, that's a better one. Yeah. Yeah.
Or no, Hawks. Hawks has complex.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, like Aizawa versus Hawks. That's a much better one for sure.
They're both my dad, so gotta go. Well, no, I thought my dad.
Whoops.
Yep.
Yeah, you're really still not impressed, even by this.
Sorry, did you just do something? By what? Oh, that does sting. The tongue.
As a
There you go.
Tee
The
pedal.
tongue.
It spreads like a poison, even through metal. It jumps like electricity, but drips like a liquid. Pink and impossible. It's spreading quickly through Crunmacula's body.
So you're not just full of risky bad ideas. Well, that makes me happy. I won't shut you down too hard.
Okay, you win.
You gonna be good now?
Okay. So, what do you want to talk about? As Cradle Grace's glittering psychic death machine, you definitely have more important things to do than go out of your way to bully me for no reason, right?
Oh, that's right. And that man and the fleet are escaping, aren't they?
Hope you don't mind falling for this trap.
Trap? You? Silly, I know you're more important than that.
God loves all his children. Her children. More than
Okay.
catching the rest of the Celestial Mechanics fleet?
Oh, I knew this would be fun. And you knew it too.
I wasn't sure the little like snippets and stuff at the beginning didn't give too much of an insight to it, but I like that they're all kind of just cocky and self-assured. It's fun.
I have to just say like, why do you're weak. You're too weak.
I am absolutely delighted you're doing that, just to be clear. So you don't have to read my mind to roast me about it.
What's she referring to?
Watch out.
It's gonna be fun. You knew it too. Oh, you knew it'd be fun. I can't read minds. You know that's not how this works. But I also don't need to know that. But I did want to know how the biggest overachiever of my juniors turned into such a bad girl. Ah, she's senpai. Of course she's got the big energy.
If you really...
I kind of, the way they set it up, it seemed like they were like both classmates, like they were in the same class.
Definitely some more familiarity going on here. Even though Saturn seemed to know Lunaterra as well. Even though like it was kind of, oh, your reputation precedes you. But it's like also, we have some kind of history. This one was much more, I think, obvious to kind of pick up on. Anyway, if you really remembered me like a god loves all her children, you'd remember I wasn't ever good.
I do remember you. Even if you're not that good at being bad, do you know what you're doing? With that machine that's so dangerous we don't even want to find out what it does?
I think you answered your own question about why I'm keeping it. Are you gonna stop me then? But you don't want to. Hey, stop. Don't pry into me. If you're pitying me, I'll make you regret it. Not all of us come out perfect like you. Some of us get thrown out before they see any use at all.
I won't pity you. I really would have torn the machine apart. But now that I'm here, gifted little mutant, I can't bear to. Because some of us just haven't been thrown out yet. Lab-grown girls like us should stick together. Okay, so they really were like They are mutants, basically.
Interesting.
Confirmed.
So that's the whole kind of less than mutant thing, I guess, or less than mutant, less than human thing. I could see.
And that was probably Doctor. That's what they definitely meant by educational program from Dr. Nix. He basically grew them.
Yeah. Piecing it together. I might still make you regret it.
Winning isn't my most important task. It's not yours either.
Are you sure about that?
You're not who I'm worried about. It's only your boss I can't forgive.
Oh, I love hearing that. Do tell. I'm getting a crush already. Regretting it now?
Don't worry. Gambare, gambare! There's nothing you can make me regret. I guess I'll read this. Oh, I was very first. Hey. Ever since the day Mars began, Mars has been doomed. No, there will never be a planet Mars. That's a name reserved for places where human life, gravity, and culture reign. This is just bitter Aries. They're like the stringy and inedible weeds that grow when nothing else does. Fatal's Graces is dug in, and we can't get them out. Colonies are wrecked, and the terraforming engines are broken. Gravity furnaces are out of control. There's no resources left on this planet, no strategic value. This planet doesn't even exist. It is an inert rock. There's no point in fighting. There's no need to fight. Ship cells can't keep you alive alone forever, and even if that was the case, we could have left tomorrow and claimed victory. Most of the Memorial Foundation and SES already did. That's why there's barely any of us left, and why we can't get them out. What? Why don't I go home too? And leave all those idiots to just fucking die on a rock? What do you think we're doing this for? External communication sent on August 31st, 1978 by Memorial Foundation troops. Okay, so let me look at this again. So Mars is doomed. This is just bitter Aries. Aries and Mars are the same
Yeah,
thing.
Roman versus Greek, I think, right?
Yeah, so I'm wondering what the significance
I think it just means, like, at one point Mars had value, like maybe not natural resources, but like, for lack of a better word, natural resources, and they what's the word? Over fucking, what's the word when you like drain a place of natural resources? Isn't there a word for that?
Over harvested, maybe? I don't know.
I thought maybe, I don't know. I thought there was
that's not the right word that you're looking for, but it's...
There is like anyway, they did too much stuff and like sucked it dry, I guess. So there's no point in fighting. There's no need to fight. Ship selves can't keep you alive forever, and if that was the case, we could leave tomorrow and claim victory. Leave tomorrow and claim victory. Most of the fair fleet already did. That's why there's been any of us left. We can't get them out. Why don't we go home? So even though... So they...
I think I got it
There's
now.
no resources left. So there's still people, though. So even though they kind of took everything that was worthwhile off of Mars, there are still people there. So they could technically leave and be like, we did what we set out to do. But some of them don't, because there's still people left behind.
Yes, and the Memorial Foundation, at least 3 years ago, was like, yeah, we can't just leave them. Why would we just leave them to die here? Like, we have to try to force them to come back. And, hey, it's not like we're idiots. We know we're doomed. The planet still doesn't fulfill their requirements for human life. Life is just the start anyway. Don't you know that gravity is something more important? Understand celestial mechanics, right? So don't you know that gravity is something... Oh, okay. Matter is made of tiny particles, but enough of it exerts gravity that stitches the universe together. Culture is made of tiny humans, and enough of it together can decide what's real and what isn't. It is really quite fucked up that this is how decisions about humans get made. Enough humans can decide anything, and then what is true, even about what's human and what's not. They don't even have to wait for the deadline. They've already decided that any human without their feet planted on the earth is in fact not a human. That's a pretty unusual thing for humans to do. No differences of any kind need to exist. We'll just be aliens, and then they'll send the real military after us, and we'll die. But if we just hold the line here for our princess to get through and make it to the moon, she'll open up the gravity well, and then we get to decide. Internal Communications Center, January 25th, 1981, by Kratos Races through Regulars. Okay. That was pretty clear.
Yeah.
More of what's human, what's not. So I'm curious about this princess.
Yeah.
They just kind of want to control a space race in a way. It's morning on Ares, but what's time in space? We can get our capital ship launched and refueled, and the prototype retrofitted with the final equipment. We'll have everything in place. Keep out of the canyons of Mars, where Kratos Graces and Memorial Foundation are bickering. Hope the city runs against invading troops, and make sure no one tries to set the oxygen ocean on fire while you refuel. Pretty thankless job. But me, I can't wait to see what happens. This is the most exciting space has ever been. Before we got here, this was a dead rock, but the best we could have ever hoped for was Earth in a different place. Who needs that? Far in the distance, the moon's gravity will shine. If no one controls it before the deadline is up, Earth will take drastic steps to ensure that humanity is not divided. What they're afraid of happening, we will ensure that it happens. We'll finally have something alien in space. Private Communications Center, January 6, 1981, by Celestial Mechanics Researcher.
Okay. Battle of the Kings of Mars with Kratos.
So I think it's just really important to note that the Memorial Foundation and Kratos Races are the two polar ends of the spectrum, and I think the Celestial Mechanics are kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Because they just kind of want to be in space and not have to worry about anything and just push the limits, push the envelope.
Yeah, one is very like rooted in tradition, and one is kind of like fighting to amend the tradition in a sense. Like one of them's like, this is the human way, and then one of them is like, we're human too, even though it's not exactly that way. And then Celestial Mechanics is like, I don't care about being human. Cool. Interesting.
And not Pluto, Lunaterra was very specifically traditional. So, Lunaterra was, could go either way, but the faction she was a part of was the traditional one.
Corruption. Error. Mission parameters not detected. Mission results. Needed for gravitational slingshot permissions. Error. Navigation shortlist not found. Manual inject mission results. .text. Oh, mission parameters found. All results perfect and amazing. Wow. Thank you, Saturn. This text document working wonders. Flight path generating. Fleet path Cronus orbit refuel on planet Ares. Lagrange colony pass. Classified operation. Earth's moon. New standing orders coming in. Ares. Guard Celestial Mechanics fleet refueling on Ares oxygen ocean. Ares. Stay out of trouble and do not engage Memorial Foundation troops patrolling in immediate vicinity. Accept orders? No. Error. Cannot proceed. Manual inject. Accepted. Normalizing gravitational slingshot effect. Prepare for immediate launch to Ares. So, you can go here so long as you don't fuck with the police. And she says, nah, I'm going and I'm fucking with the police. Oh, wow. 25 to Kratos Graces. That was a big old betrayal we did. More than us being loyal.
Yeah, we didn't do everything we could to escape, for sure.
Special Mechanics Fleet Manifest Fire Transmission. Author junk data error. Oh my god, sorry for getting back to you so late, but I was in the middle of a meeting. My phone buzzed so much the director asked me if I need to take a call. I swear you do this on purpose. I don't think you really need feedback on your news. Wait, is this Mercury?
I think it's Mercury.
Okay, do you want to take that? Wait.
Sure.
I don't, even though yes, they're really important to me, I can't stop thinking about I don't think this is Mercury, actually. Because even though, yes, they're really important to me, and I can't stop thinking about them or getting any of my work done.
Yeah, I don't know.
Suffer greatly from our lack of focus. I expect you prepared for a little piggyback. And after I sent you my schedule so that this wouldn't happen again even... Hey, you wouldn't have asked me for my meeting time so that you could send those nudes to me at the worst possible moment, would you? I already know the answer to that, so why don't you tell me this? Why can I never get enough of you? Oh, somebody's in love. And she ain't about that. As of now. Okay, so... Other 2 missions.
Be careful today.
I'm not careful any day, so...
I'm serious this time. Iapetus is in the field today. I don't know where he's fighting, but you should be careful.
Jeez, you worry too much.
Obviously, because you give me so much to worry about.
I mean, are you really worried? Oh my god. Shapeshift. I don't know why this is such a difficult thing for me. His ship self is actually not that scary. Not as scary as mine.
As if that was the thing I was worried about.
What then? Oh, ew, God, I'm not even thinking about letting our mutual ex touch me.
Oh, this is awkward.
Are they still talking about Iapetus, though? I don't know if she means that in the actual... Because I don't think either of them would have dated this guy. I think they're just saying that they both kind of tried to cut him out, and she's being cheeky.
Okay, yeah, I think you're making... Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah. I won't even fight him. I'll curve him the second he tides so much as tremble against my... The second... Oh, his tides. I'll curve him the second his tides so much as tremble against my plating. Why would you worry? I don't even slightly hate him less than you do.
There's no possible way you hate him more than I do, but that's not the issue. That's never the issue with him. Hating him hasn't made him any easier to deal with.
We were kids, though. Older and wiser now. Yeah. Yes. We're not.
Ha ha ha.
At least you are, Mercury, right?
Hardly. Or I wouldn't be telling you. Remember how he just casually lingered his fingers a second too long on your shoulder?
Oh, he did do some, Again, probably not like an actual X, but maybe... Yeah, it could have been just like a power play, too. Not necessarily, like, sexual abuse. Could have just been like, I own you. In front of everyone? Ugh. Ugh. So gross. It was so gross. Oh, boy. And I loved the attention every time. It made me so smug.
I loved it and it was gross. I hate him. Do you love yourself enough to not fall for it again?
Oh, I definitely hate him enough to not fall for it. Very important distinction. It's not that she cares about herself enough, it's that she hates him enough. Do you?
No, obviously. I'm still in celestial mechanics, so how do you think I feel?
You're soaring. You've got a stupid idiot who loves you, and you get to do research and never have to deal with him again.
Who is this? Do you think the stupid idiot's her, or someone else?
That is a good question. Probably her. Because I think that's what she's saying, where, like, she gives him the stuff to research, which was what I was kind of complaining about earlier, that, like, she doesn't do it enough, though. And because Iapetus assigned Mercury to us, that means that he's not working with Iapetus, he's working with us, right? So, that could have been kind of all part of her master plan. And with this ship, oh my fucking god. With this ship self, we'll have the future. And no matter what, I'll make sure he won't. I don't know if he believes us.
I don't think he does. Okay.
Okay. So, deep dive. The oxygen serves as both fuel yard and terraforming engine for planet Ares, and it's a perfect hiding place for the migrating celestial mechanics fleet. But deep down, something is reaching up for them. 400mm KISS. Memorial Foundation deploys a certain snipers to stop, escape, and resupply routes to the resting celestial mechanics fleet. All Saturn needs to do is stay out of trouble, but what's the chance of that?
So once again, Pluto or Luna Terra.
It does seem that way. But I think we can just do both regardless, so...
Yeah. Just depends on which first. Since we did Lunaterra first, why don't we do Pluto first this time?
Okay. I wonder... it probably is mine. Oh. Sorry, there's a bug.
Ah. Kill it.
I tried. I don't know if I got it.
That's not what I want to hear. You have to burn the house down. Saturn, what are you doing?
Oh god, sorry, there was a bug in my cockpit. And also I'm disabling all comms and the diving supports and... Oh, you're still here? I thought I cut this channel too. Well, I should go ahead and shut it.
Don't you dare cut me off.
You can listen if you promise not to whine or stop me.
I will do no such thing, and you cannot make a deal with me. I will whine and you will believe me.
I'm simply stating a fact, not making an argument.
Oh, just why, Saturn? Why are you such an incorrigible, petulant nightmare? After you were probationally forgiven for doing a very good job, not getting the string of pearls ruined or captured, and command even decided to give you the job of sparking the gravity engine that will take a fleet back to the native sphere. I would think you wouldn't be so into pressing your luck recklessly.
Oh, but everyone except for you is so annoying.
They're annoying because whatever is causing the tidal interference from the bottom of the oxygen ocean is almost certainly that Kratos Grace's weapon and things. So it's almost certainly that Kratos Grace's weapon, and they have no reason to believe you're going to be loyal. Yeah, maybe that's a result of us siding so hard with them that time. Every second of the day you were horrid and undisciplined, and your brief periods of obedience only seem to exist to throw everyone off later.
I mean...
If you want me to cover for you, you have to play along a little. Why are you like this?
Years of encouragement and grooming, followed by abandonment and neglect. You know that.
Oh, well, when you say it like that, yeah, we both kind of have the worst of the lot. I can't even be mad that time.
Yep, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Yep. Same as you.
Why you guys help me out like that? And same for that pilot you're after, too. Is that why?
So Pluto, yeah.
Ah, they were all a group. They basically made...
We are the Horde.
Yes, we're all mutants.
In a different way, but I think so. Enemy or not, I want to talk. I think I'm getting somewhere. And I'm not going to get to talk if you all are interfering.
What if she doesn't want to just talk?
I'm down to fuck. And then you'll really appreciate me cutting the cables before she pulls all of you down there with me.
Why is it so important anyway? You'll really jeopardize the whole operation for that.
What? You don't think I have my own cunning master plan? It's way better than his. Supposedly, nothing can stop the Krun Macula. Is it better to find out if that's true sooner or later?
I heard her talk, which is it?
How are they any different? Anyways, don't worry. When the connection accidentally breaks, I'll be fine, promise. And you will be too, unless you want to hear all my moaning. Share a secret moment deep down. Favors celestial mechanics. Get in a tug of war above the waves. Favors Kratos Graces.
Should be favor celestial mechanics this time. Or, yeah, do whatever. I wonder how many save files we can have.
A few.
It seems that way.
Quite a few. Bless whoever sneezed.
That's my sister.
I don't... sure. We did them last time on Pluto's, so we'll do our system on Pluto's.
Plus, sharing a secret moment sounds nice.
Opening futures, closing past. The balance shifts because Pluto tugs and Saturn yields. The oxygen ocean is a peaceful place because everything about it destroys everything else. You can enjoy complete privacy under the curtain of the oxygen steam. Drink all the fuel and air you want, and no vessel can survive the temperature and pressure conditions below. You can float as long as you want, or until your hull turns brittle and breaks, or your organic components oxidize and explode. Celestial Mechanics has covered their wayward pilot's machine in temporary armor layers to seal out the unknown interference of gravity and seeping oxygen. The additional temporary armor layers might not be necessary, but they also might be. The Celestial Mechanics fleet tenders lower the string of pearls in slowly, just to make absolutely sure. It feels wonderfully cold, like a spare blanket taken from the attic in winter. Pluto is there, deep down, and when Saturn slips in, she feels the ripples, as if they were in the opposite ends of the same perfectly still pool. The fleeting is wonderful. Saturn's surprised that's true. It's interesting that the choices for Pluto are made before we engage with her, but the one, well, I guess we've only done 2 for her and 1 for Lunaterra, so maybe it'll change too. Wait, how do you know that? Wait, who is you?
How do I know what? Saturn? Who are you talking to? We're asking for confirmation to lower you.
Some meta stuff going on here. Yeah, I've been ready. Sorry, I got distracted.
You must be if you're apologizing.
There's someone down there. She's speaking to me. No, she's trying to eat me alive. Or maybe... It's really hard to tell the difference. Awesome. It's familiar. Oh god, I'm so stoked. Take me down. The ocean boils whenever she touches it, even with the external equipment. There's no way to rely on sight, and the paramagnetic influence is too erratic for sensors to process. She can only feel her way for both of them.
The cable to your left is extremely important. It's the only way we have of communicating and monitoring your situation.
Break the comet to the left. Break the cable to the left. Got it.
So you need to be extremely careful with it. Are you listening?
Yes, but not to you. Stop talking. There's definitely someone here. Lower me. It's reaching out. Sen feels funny. Something's not quite right. Like something's watching her. It's like someone's watching me. But it's also not like someone's watching me. You know, I kind of feel like that's right, and I kind of feel like that's wrong. It's like something's watching her, but something isn't watching her. Bad touch! That's my no-no square. It's touching me. Something is touching Saturn. Its hands see her, and they also speak. It's saying something. The ocean ripples with boredom. It's really boring down here. But what else is Pluto going to do? Some girls get stuck with the worst jobs. But I've got to do it. With nothing to do but send insinuations through the narration. So, are you coming or what? I've got her again. Tidal spike detected.
Mass gravity alert.
Lower me further.
Saturn, we're pulling you out. Oh, not just yet. Hi, Saturn. Hi, Mercury. Sorry, I'm borrowing her for a little bit.
Saturn's cockpit floods with alarms of an imminent high-intensity gravity event, but it's too late. String of Pearls discharges its electromagnetic field and delicately breaks off the winch.
Saturn, where are you?
The String of Pearls clearly slices off the left communication wire and the pulley system. The silence of the oxygen ocean reminds her of a sensory deprivation tank. What a good girl.
That was definitely Pluto.
Don't praise me like that.
I wanted to speak to you again.
So is Pluto always the narrator?
Maybe, I don't know if always. Maybe whenever we're on her specific path, like, because she's the ethereal being.
Yeah, some fucking going on with her for sure.
They call her. It's interesting that they're all mutants, but for some reason she's the psychic one.
Yeah. Huh. Damn it! I cut both wires. Even ship-to-ship comms are down.
Saturn? Can you hear me? Would you hear me if I spoke with this ship? It's been such a long time since anyone could hear it.
Pluto's tidal reactor pulses slowly. The thrum feels like it's coming from everywhere. Oh, I get it. You want to talk with gravity? Well, I'm not some miracle child, even though they tried very hard to make me as good as you. Saturn's reactor, an anxious little ball, is getting just so fed up with this. It's frustrating to not be understood. Would you know what that's like?
Oh, you don't know how much I know.
No, so maybe it's not her.
But I believe in you.
If Saturn moves too much, she might forget what direction up is. The sensory deprivation of the ocean takes everything away, but she has to remember that's not true. I don't believe you, but I'm trying.
Oh, she's trying.
Of course I'm trying.
Come on, where am I?
I hate people playing hard to get.
I believe in you, but you gotta work for it.
I can't do it. Sorry, but I'm cheating. The string of pearls electrotoxins shoot through the ocean. Like bolts of lightning, it reaches out because it's attracted to you. It seeks the path of least resistance, looking for something that wants to respond. What it really does is run along boundaries, theoretical and real. There's a place where the boundary between one thing and another is weakest, and it runs along that boundary until it finds it, and then connects the two.
Why's she doing that? Oh, that's what you're used to. Good at seeing weak spots. I've got a lot. Can you find them? You can do it if you try. Maybe you need a little push.
It's like there's nothing! Not a single crack! Don't you say you're not perfect!
Don't make me do all the work.
Huh? The pressure is overwhelming. But it's overwhelming for Pluto, too. The crude macula is like a little star, gushing matter and condensing into an engine of light over and over. It was modeled after a theory of the Big Bang, after all. Made in secret on the planet Hades, on the boundary between what is human and what is not. It's a fragile boundary. You can touch it, but be careful. This takes me back. Which is not fucking fair. Are you doing that on purpose? Always taking me to unpleasant pasts?
Aw, is it taking you back? Sorry. We can't help it. It's the first thing beneath our surfaces. It's hard for me too.
It takes Saturn back to her first implant series, when they took the most special children they could find and tried to cheat them into being even more special. So some medical enhancements of some kind going on there.
Yep.
Bypass all the work and care that had gone into the third generation pilots and kick them directly into humanity's next stage. Cheating, you should know, felt good. It felt wrong in a good way. It felt good in a way that felt obscene. It felt bad, like she was getting more than she deserved. Kinky! They chose her, but she felt like she played a trick on them, like she lied and got candy for it. They knew there was nothing special about her, and they gave her the most special thing. If they knew how special it was, and how much she didn't earn it, they would have given it to someone else. But they didn't. Even when they threw her away, she never forgot how that felt. Why is it always like this?
Oh, baby.
It takes Pluto back to when she was learning how to be a person. In space, they decided they would start over, without assumptions. Humanity would be protected by the human children they could make. No matter how badly she did, no matter how much she wasn't up to how perfect they wanted, they never gave up on her. That was the worst part. She wished so much they would give up. It was so hard. She just wanted to be the mess she really was, and they wouldn't let her. She knew with her whole heart what she was supposed to be. She had it memorized, and she could never make it leave her body, become the thing she did and the person she was. They let her be whatever she wanted. They let her be whatever she wanted, and she wasn't strong and smart and pretty enough to be it. Both of them remember reaching through the wall to the one on the other side, wishing so hard to hold hands it felt like you really are. You're two pebbles dropped in the pond, but your ripples are touching enough. No one knows, and even if the two of you almost don't, never say it out loud. Never think it too loud.
It sounds so sad when you put it like that.
Why? Don't you show me things that stop making me jealous.
Oh, you got me. You're touching me. I can hear you through the contact link.
You got me that good, and that's what you have to say?
You're the one who got me. You did it. You found me. You're clever. It's amazing.
You don't need to flatter me. I won't feel better.
I'm not.
You better.
I promise.
Why am I so scared and you're so hot?
Did you appropriate that as read that on purpose?
Hold on.
It's why am I so scared and you're so not?
No, I think mine was the correct translation, actually.
Oh, okay. Great.
Why am I so scared and you're so not? Good, very good. Why am I so scared and you're so not? Is it because you're like a god?
Yeah, that's just me.
God, you're making me say things I clearly don't mean.
Sorry I'm like this.
Well, you can flatter me a little.
You're a little needy, huh?
Didn't you say I just had you?
You do. You can do whatever you want now.
Why did you do this?
You came after me. So it's only fair I came after you.
Don't say it's only fair. Say I'm amazing and important, and you came after me specifically.
You're totally not needy, huh?
Give me a better answer. I want to know why it's me.
I don't have one. There's so few of us left. I've got to cling to everyone. But I love that you're scared and you believe anyway. I think you're one of the only people who can make something change. And there's no time left.
Is that a proposal to join your side?
Yeah.
What if I refuse?
And then give a good reason for me to join you.
You're even more impulsive than me.
Oh, you can start to see why I fight, can't you? The way I'm starting to see why you do. Show me something important, and I'll be yours too.
But you're definitely not going to go quietly, are you?
Nope.
If I let you go, will you promise not to crush yourself and me and literally everything?
This time, you mean?
That makes sense now. Crushing both turns because she's like forged out of a star and stuff. Like collapsed. Gotcha. Things sometimes make sense in time.
Because she's got lots of gravity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I think I can do that. Say hi to Mercury for me. I'll see you again soon, baby. Maybe it would be easier. I guess if the days are like chapters, maybe it would be easier to see how many days there are in the game. I don't know.
Wait. Annual Academy student rating. Colony server force extraction. Space Academy archives. I won't rate them, they're still learning. Given this, Halimede is underperforming based on the expectations that you set out for her. I told you the projections were completely divorced from reality, repeatedly, for this very reason. The authority she may have wielded on Earth means nothing up here. I should add, because I know you will forget it as early as is convenient, that she's performing very highly compared to her peer group in the specific areas that you seem to consider so highly. Yes, even compared to your Generation 1 aces. She has the potential to surpass them, so stop asking if she has surpassed the top one yet. I prefer to keep those two as separate as possible for interpersonal reasons. Halamede is too competitive and easily impressed to not make me worry about placing her in close contact with the number one ace. Your attempts to put those two in the same room has not gone unnoticed by me. Do you love drama, Iapetus, or is there something else you believe is more important than the health of our pilots? So Iapetus is just a real piece of shit.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and Halamede is a princess, so I'm wondering who is the one. It could be, since we're talking about aces, Lunaterra is the only other ace we know.
That's what I was wondering. Oh, excuse me. That's what I was wondering. Oh, Nick's final resignation. The guy who maybe put us in a tube and grew us from, what is that called? Insemination or whatever?
We don't know if it was insemination. I mean, I don't know. I'm wondering if we were like born, or if we really were grown.
It seems like we were grown in a tube.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, and then that's what I'm leaning towards. It's just not been confirmed yet.
In these moments,
it would be messed up if that wasn't the case. Like we really were like born, but for some reason that we're still mutant.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, potentially for sure. All right, let's see here. In these moments, nothing is more painful than being patronized. But you couldn't even spare me that. I can't understand why you thought me to be that naive, though I really did know. They thought a world where the children were together and free and could write their own future sounded wonderful. We didn't even get close for them to understand that's not what they wanted. I knew it from the start. I regret only that I didn't get further before they noticed. You are asking for my resignation, but there's nowhere else for me to go, and there's no one else for those children to go either. I won't let you have them, and I won't let you crush them back to their earthly shapes. What you are asking instead is for me to declare war, so I will do so, and we will see if Earth's ties are truly powerful enough to crush the new humanity that you rejected. So this guy's got an army of mutant children, maybe.
Probably. I'm just wondering who this is to. Is it Iapetus? I don't know.
Could be.
They thought.
You can go back if you want, but.
Yeah, it's fine. The captain told me to thank you for the data stream.
You're very welcome. Do you have any results for me?
Yes, I'll encrypt them.
Thank you. You're the best.
I guess there's no point in asking what you want them for. How afraid should I be?
I'm just trying to fulfill our mission, Mercury. You know that.
I'm going to tell him you're as inscrutable and petulant as ever.
Aw, please, I don't want your hubby to hate me. Why do you always call Ganymede?
Ganymede?
Is that... No, that's a different person from the princess. Why do you always call Ganymede the captain anyway?
Because some of us have a sense of discretion.
Aw, Captain's pet is so well behaved.
You want to talk, Saturn? You're going to end up at the pound of them. You're going to have at the pound one of these days if you go through any more superior officers. Jesus.
Oh, it's cute. You both tidily locked that quick. You're making all the lesbians jealous.
And act like it's Saturn. And I will not apologize for locking it down. I've had my fill of being a pet.
I don't really want to be a pet either.
Maybe you are learning to love yourself.
What I'd like to be is a toy.
That's even worse.
No, it's better. Plastic and metal can be molded into any kind of shape. You can smooth over and change whatever you want. You only have to accept the interference you're designed for. No. Yes. Interference? Interference.
Is it not interference?
Is that what it... Interfered with. Okay. I don't know why that started looking weird to me. Sorry.
It looks a little weird to me too for some reason, but I don't know.
Interference, yeah.
A toy never gets to do anything. It just sits there looking pretty.
Mercury, what do you think I want? Don't you love how our ship shelves evoke so much? Just by being plastic in the silhouette of a human? These beam weapons are my fingertips. This chassis is my tits. But they're also beam weapons and impenetrable chassis. They can shred all the plastic they want, but they can't touch me.
Plastic can't get hurt. But you still can be, don't forget.
People fawn over objects. They worship them. You know those anime losers. I want to be the product they obsess over. I want to be the ultimate waifu.
I thought you were tired of being thrown away.
How dare you? We never get tired. We never throw away our waifus. I'm not for individual retail sale. Look, don't touch. One of a kind, not sold in stores. Oh, but I had so many more.
So I think Mercury's locked it down with the captain.
He got a ring on his finger.
Yup. And Ganymedes different from Halimede, I think.
Yeah. Because they're what's her face's name is Halimede.
Yeah.
Ganymede, so yeah. Princess, and then the captain. Maybe just coincidence, Greek names, etc. Roman names, a lot of kind of similar structures and stuff. Alright. Memorial Foundation deploys a certain sniper to stop, escape, and resupply routes to the resting Celestial Mechanic Fleet. All Saturn needs to do is stay out of trouble. Well, what's the chance of that? Let's get it.
No, go ahead, take your time. We're not dying yet or anything.
You know, fighting officially on areas is a lot less fun than I was promised it would be.
It's real work, Saturn. I thought that's what all of that getting back on our good side was all about.
They shouldn't have done such a good job of hiding in the Oxygen Ocean then. You could maybe stage an attack from Olympus ruins, but even Kratos' Graces is precious enough to defend them.
Memorial Foundation is thorough enough to watch over it.
Of course. Only then would they be that annoying. Only they would be that annoying.
There's recent activity there, and they want an investigation.
They're just being paranoid. That's a stupid plan, and they're only sending someone there to waste their time chancing we're dumb. Or baiting us.
Would they really send their ace if that was the case?
Wait, that old Memorial Foundation warhorse you mean? Why didn't you tell me the most important part first? Coordinates. Now, please.
Saturn, I really hope you're not actually.
Yeah, I'm feeling like... You know, Commander's right, actually. That area needs some really thorough investigation. Just to be sure.
What's with this sudden enthusiasm? It's really not.
No, wait. Oh, sure.
No, you wait. It's exactly like you. You said you fought off the mayor. Oh, maybe that is the mayor, like is in the horse. Mayor Chrysium pilot. What were you actually doing?
Flirting, kissing, but I mean, no, I don't know what you're talking about, Mercury. I was so dutiful and brought this back in one piece, so that means I won, so don't worry about it.
Why are you like this? It's no scope by Lumitera. Lucy gets a point blank encounter. Should we favor Lumitera this time?
Saturn gets no scope by Lumitera. Luna gets a point blank encounter.
Or, because we were loyal to the Celestial Mechanics when we defeated her, right? Lumitera got owned.
Yeah, so it would be this one this time.
Lumitera gets a point blanking. Or no. Favors the
More Foundation, because that's the one we haven't done yet. Yeah.
Unless you want to save and then.
I did save.
Or not. Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I saved. Pretty sure. Yeah, no scopes. Lunatera gets point blank encounter. The balance shifts because Lunatera could hold still, and Saturn couldn't. Correct for gravity, it's unsettlingly weak. Correct for the cold, blue, starry daylight of the fragile Ares atmosphere. Sniping from the remains of the capital spire is like being an eye. Sniping from the remains of the capital spire is like being just an eye and a trigger finger. A thrilling place for Lunatera to fight. Correct for wind, it's skittish and powerless. Correct for gravity, there's still too much of it. Correct for the nuisances of this infant planet that will never be. Skirting along the abandoned roads of the city that never was is like being an exposed nerve, a thrilling place for Saturn to fight.
I see you.
Lunatera squeezes the trigger for the 17th time. The cover couldn't protect String of Pearls from Lunatera's eyes, and it sure couldn't protect her from a trigger finger. Engage reactor. Initiate inertial control. The slug whips right by Saturn, and that's 7 times dodged. The 4 shrinking holes in her chassis, marching closer to the String of Pearls' heart, mark what happens when she doesn't. Getting shot still sucks. Saturn isn't used to it. Oh, that one was so close. That was really, really, really close. Tell me I'm getting better, right? No way, it's just luck.
You've gone from getting hit all the time to getting hit half of the time. That's better, but what you want is to be hit none of the time.
Don't tell me what I want. Maybe I love being shot. You don't know what I'm into. We haven't spent enough time together.
Yeah, you wouldn't be the first.
Wow, weird. You must find some really problematic people.
Some pilots find interesting ways to pass the time.
I kind of get the appeal. I mean, what else is there to do? If you didn't love getting shot so much, you wouldn't run around in space shooting each other.
If that's true, why did you come here to fight?
If that's true, why did you come here? There's nothing left to fight over on Ares anymore. Wait, no. Nothing left to fight over on Ares for anyone. Give me one thing to do more fun than look in the mirror and get shot at.
Someone has to do the shooting.
That tells me what position you favor, but it doesn't answer my question.
I'm taking evasive maneuvers.
If I dodge the next one, answer my question.
I won't answer the first one, but I'll answer a different one. If you dodge.
Saturn gets so quiet. She gets so still. Yet her heart is thumping. Her reactor is thrumming with resonance. It's obvious Lunatera is sniping her from the tower, the city's last and tallest building. But now, suddenly, she isn't so sure. She isn't sure she knows where Lunatera is, or if she knows anything about her at all. What did her face look like again?
Hit.
It's not that Saturn wasn't on the ready. She's baiting. She knows exactly what she's doing. Lunatera just guessed for the 1/2 second where Saturn wasn't ready and slipped her solid light bullet in that space. Did we just kill ourselves? The shot lands right in her throat. For a moment, Saturn's just, I'm dead, but she's not. Then she hurts so bad she wants to die. Well, she's just mistaking their very different things. The String of Pearls feels instead of that. Oh, this isn't as fun as I thought it would be! It's not really pain, but it's a feeling so overwhelming that it shuts Saturn down like pain would. It's fascinating, full of information.
Yeah, she's into it.
Lunatera, you're not doing a very good job convincing me to not try and get shot. That was something.
I've heard that one before, too.
You sure are having fun.
What makes you think that?
Want to know how I know? When correcting for gravity, the impression you leave in space feels a little for a second like... Well, someone might say it's like an eye roll, but I think it's kind of like a giggle, too.
Maybe that counts as a hit. You don't win cat and mouse games by batting every time a head pokes out. Except somehow you do. You're good at making people not follow their own better instincts. You shouldn't be getting me to teach you to fight fair. You did much better like this.
Oh, thank you. I don't fight fair because I have absolutely no idea how to fight. But this is why I hate you, Lunatera. You just don't get it. I want to beat you at something you're good at. You're really tough. Not your sniping. Not your sniping, which can't stop me at all, but how you're totally impenetrable. You're doing something tricky. What are you doing?
It's still my question. My hit. That's the rules. Why are you here?
Firstly, because I refuse to ever be bored, just like you. Secondly, wiping that smug expression off your face is my deepest desire. So teach me how to weave through your fire, and I'll sink my claws into you.
What's the third reason?
Not telling. I already gave you one for free.
Nice dodge.
My question then.
Dodge a real one first.
Lunatera fires, and Saturn leaps forward directly into it. The bullet misses, her tail sparks, and she thrusts through the atmosphere. How's that?
Good work. But you have to keep it up.
Lunatera lands a bullet straight through her legs, and Saturn crumples. But with the moment her limbs heal, Saturn leaps again. She's ready for the next bullets, but not the one behind it. But that one's a clean shot. Right through her, right through her. No stopping her power at all, and she leaps through again, and is gone in the rubble before Lunatera can land another shot.
Is that more dodgers or more hits?
Counterpoint, here's my opinion on getting shot so far. It fills my brain with overwhelming information and barely stops me from doing anything at all because I'm in control of an impossible space war machine. So, can you actually say you really hit me? Flawed argument. Really disappointing, and I was expecting a lot better. Am I losing? Can I ever lose, no matter how much you shoot me? I don't think so. I don't actually think so. This machine is never going to lose. You can pin me down. You might be so much better than me that I couldn't beat you in a million years, but I will keep trying and beat you with dumb luck.
Maybe that is true.
Once again, Phoenix. I don't know what I'm doing, but I just keep trying, and and eventually it works out. You can't beat me, Edgeworth. Dumb luck is on my side.
It worked out for them, so why wouldn't it work out for them?
You never hit me. Why are you here?
Did you know that there's a theory that ship selves can't actually be destroyed? You can break as much of them as you want, but the gravity engine will always pull it back into shape. As long as you're sufficiently tenacious, you can survive anything, and try again until you get it right.
So you do get what this machine is for. My favorite person in the world came up with that theory, and this is the ship self to test it, so naturally I know all about it. Sorry, what?
So this is my least favorite person in the world.
That's an important thing. That's an important thing to say. So, Iapetus? Maybe?
I think so.
But it's true that no one has died. That's why they get to say that there's still no war in space. Dodging my question again.
But in practice, wrecking the ship self until both the pilot and the ship give up is indistinguishable. Because you can become so broken continuing is impossible. Even if they can't kill you, you can be changed.
You think you can do that to me? Or is that what you want to have happen to you?
I have. To people who have much more fun with this than you do.
Huh! This don't call it a war is nothing but play fighting. All it takes is someone not playing along to ruin it all. A solid light slug passes so close to Saturn's head that the heat jars her face black. But it's not a hit. She incremented to the left, 0.05 seconds before impact.
Oh, you're getting better.
It's definitely my question now.
I'm still answering. That theory has not been disproven. It's more than likely true. This is something you should know first. Your body can't be killed or destroyed, but it can be changed. When you're hit, truly hit, you're bent into a different kind of shape, and through that you can change. I think you should ask yourself if you're ready for that before you say you want to play with me for real.
Speaking from experience? About that always bleeding wound on your ship's elf?
Ah, so it wasn't metaphorical. It was literal.
Well, no, I mean, I figured it was literally a wound on her ship, but it probably signifies something. Like, the scar on
Oh,
her face.
it also symbolizes something. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get you.
yeah. Like, it's probably the scar on her face or whatever. It's like probably that same wound on her ship, but it's, yeah, it's like, it's probably still symbolic of something else.
Gotcha. It's not always a bad thing. Change.
Big Aizawa energy.
Mm-hmm. Last one. If you can't dodge this, I don't think you're ready.
Once again, Saturn feels Lunaterra slipping away. She's not here. She's not anywhere. She never was.
Once again, it's my
Hit. Electricity explodes from the target point. It connects back to the origin. It starts from where Lunaterra is. When it connects back to Saturn, fast as light, the course correction defines the pathway retroactively.
wow. Oh, I'm an idiot. This is great.
You're not supposed to be ecstatic about something getting the best of you. That's my move.
Sorry. But I was condescending before. Next time we fight, it'll be for real.
What if I don't want to fight?
Then that'll be real then, too.
Spicy.
Yeah. September 12th, 1963. That's when the first and last artificial colony of the native sphere was completed, in a tranquil bowl of stable gravity at Lagrange point 0.5. As their front line against existential threats, a training facility for a generation of humans adapted to fight in space. I'm assuming that's our crew. As a colony environment with the life, gravity, and culture necessary for human beings to live, thrive, die, and be born. The hope that peace on Earth would reign if we won this war in heaven. Without pressure, water boils off our tongues, and we dissolve into component parts. Without culture, we forget the shapes we're supposed to have and turn inside out into something else. Out of necessity, we created a pressurized environment, exerting enough gravitational pressure to maintain cohesion, all senses, in space. The ship cells that ferry us through the world. They function only in places where the gravity of humans is too light to sustain existence. It was doomed from the start. Of course they were jealous. But the humans that Earth no longer wanted, flying on zero-G wheat. Dr. Nix, Executive Director, Memorial Foundation Existential Expansion. Alright, so he made the kids, our babies, but he knew it was, he found out that it was doomed from the start.
They function only in places where the gravity of humans is too light to sustain existence.
He made the ship cells.
Hmm.
They function only in places where the gravity of humans is too light to sustain existence. So he made the ship cells for humans, or the mutants that he made, also to exist beyond where space was for Earth originally, like outside of the sphere of their influence. And Earth. Oh, that's kind of goes into play with what Saturn said. It's like about not wanting you to move on. It's like you don't want something, but then you see them thriving and you just can't.
Right.
So I think that's kind of like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Or at least that's his interpretation. I don't know if that's. I mean, I don't see why the Memorial Foundation would give a shit about humans who decide to stay, aside from that one note that we got where the guy was like, we can't just leave you here. Like, it's dangerous. July 29th, 1958. That's when the Memorial Foundation International Executive Committee was granted international authority in the spirit of unified human peace and a verified presence of an existential threat outside the solar system to establish a cultural, military, and scientific response to existential threats. Along confined to Earth, growing native sphere where our gravity reigns forever. Safety, research, and expansion. Three pillars of Memorial Foundation's space branch protect Earth from without as it has from within. Free from the old world's gravity, it would be possible to advance science, art, and culture without constraint and join hands. All of Earth finally unified. For Memorial Foundation, protecting humans from other humans through peace on Earth, and protecting humans from everything else through war in heaven, would fulfill both of our agendas simultaneously. We really, foolishly, decided we could be better. There are two errors to this approach. The first is that to do better in heaven is meaningless if it cannot be exported to Earth. The space program was never rejected by the surface, simply did not have enough reference to sustain interest. The second error is the intrinsic error of Memorial Foundation. Existential threat is intrinsic to humanity. You can fight it, but you cannot cut it out. The designation of alien is required by humans. We cannot trick an existential threat into a convenient manifestation, as it has always been, only humans can fulfill the criteria to be alien. Girl, but officer of Memorial Foundation's safety. Okay.
Sorry, one second. I got a text from my dad.
Oh no, crap.
Definitely gonna have to go through that again once I respond here. Okay, hold on.
I guess the important parts are that the Memorial Foundation. Well, we learned that the Memorial Foundation has kind of the three pillars: safety, research, expansion, um, and that they're loyal to Earth and want to protect it. They don't see the points in sustaining space if space can't help humans. Um, yeah, you can't do better on heaven if it's not Earth. There's not enough interest in space. And basically having an existential crisis is very human and you can't not have it be human. So the fact that people are willingly going into space makes them alien. Like willingly going into space, wanting to confront an existential crisis makes them alien, and only humans are allowed to classify what is alien. It's a very yeah.
Okay. Getting weird. Fair enough. Getting weird.
It's one of those looped
Catch 22 type of things.
Yeah, or Schrodinger's cat kind of situation. I will also give me 1 second. I have to wrap this up because it's I thought. 9 2. This is new. Uh, January 2nd, 1980. That's when they blew up the Lagrange colony. It was a real shame. It was a green, wet, and very peaceful place. Very cold, green, wet, and very unsettling place. It's where we did a lot of legitimately incredible things. They create sustainable tidal reactors, new culture, experiment with human bodies and human development, manufacture self-sufficient alter egos for space exploration, and did everything other than successfully combat the unknowable anti-threats. Earth in the Memorial Foundation Service considers that a failure, but in truth, they're just not trying hard enough. Through gravity, humans decide what is real and what is not. Humans cannot make whatever they imagine come true. Through imagining, humans chart out what is true. They invent, human effort, what exists. An existential threat doesn't exist. We just have to make one. But of course, it doesn't work like that. Nothing could be more difficult than creating something alien. Our only reference points are humans, so the idea of something alien is unimaginable because we cannot imagine outside of those terms. There's a certain degree of misunderstanding needed for humans to successfully classify something as alien. A certain degree of misunderstanding needed for humans to successfully classify something as alien. But before they blew it up, we got very close.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
So it's really interesting. Like they're like, so there's no aliens. There's no things would be easier if there were just aliens. like your typical Star Trek sci-fi type of aliens, instead of these mutants who look very human and were almost certainly grown in tubes to look human. Maybe. Possible.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily like alien. You know, it's like
it's foreign to what has been,
yeah,
I guess, the norm to them, that they were maybe born with like supernatural is not the word I'm looking for, but superhuman abilities.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, record formatting 67% complete. Awaiting flight path. Input. Manual inject. Extract. CM flight path. Forcibly extracting coordinates. Coordinates received. Flight path passes through former pilot training school, Lagrange Colony. Aha, we just learned about that. Receiving new mission assignments. Error. Block from ship self side. Manual inject. Scan virus. Manual inject. Extract. 3 viruses detected and deleted. You have new mission assignments. Colony. Reclaim tidal reactor from Colony Core before Memorial Foundation. Colony.
Lagrange wasn't. Oh, sorry. Lagrange isn't where they were made. Lagrange was just a beautiful spot that got blown up.
Because they got too close to forbidden knowledge.
Yeah.
Prevent theft of entire colony by Kratos' graces. Accept orders. Lamau. Accepted.
Accepted.
Normalizing gravitational slingshot effect. Prepare for immediate launch to Lagrange County. Lagrange. 25. We doing something. We being a real what's the word? But we're not being a pacifist. Neutral?
Yeah, we're doing the neutral route, probably.
Yeah, what is... Neutral? It doesn't matter. I'm thinking too hard. It's getting late-ish. Alright. Actually, do you want to... It's 10 o'clock here. I guess I should probably call it before we start. We'll go through these, and then before we start the next mission. Call it there.
Good.
Next resignation, too. Oh, Iapetus is emailing him back. He said, "You can't fire me, I quit." And then Iapetus is gonna be like, actually, Nix, you fundamentally misunderstood the purpose of pursuing the dream of space. I never sought to correct you. After all of the great things you've accomplished are the result of that misunderstanding. You believe that your dream, so universally loved, was loved because you wanted it to come true? This was not the case, of course, even though I think the Memorial Foundation truly believed that they wanted the same as you. But as the tides of Earth turned, they realized in their own hearts that that they are not the forefront of humanity's change, but slaves to its whims. To protect human culture means to always be at its beck and call, no matter what it becomes, and their dream is one of overwhelming power that will unlock the last mysteries and cement our authority forever. What your children achieve with freedom from gravity will have the power to determine our own. I hope you can understand the depths of my gratitude to you for exploring these ideas, that they might one day belong to us. Signed, Iapetus.
Have you have you watched any of the Afterly episodes on Dropout?
No, I haven't.
I think would really, depending on the topic, of course, but I think you would really like it. I've seen like one episode, and the rest have been kind of just clips, not the full episodes. But it seems like a really fun game show that is literally that voice in like that kind of energy,
right?
Because it's just nerds who know very specific things. But like,
was this the one? Was this the one where Matt Mercer just dunked on everyone? Right? Okay, it was that one. Yeah, I probably would in some regard. But again, that clip also infuriated me because of it. So, who knows?
I got the same feel. Like Brennan was on. He was one of the contestants on one of the episodes that I watched, and it was a very specific D&D question, and he nailed it. He nailed it instantly, and not a single person had any hopes of getting it correct. But there wasn't like they asked like not. There's never been like one specific topic for the entire episode. They like switch it up for different topics, so everyone kind of had a chance. So there was also an Avatar: Last Airbender question where it's like you had to pick up all the incorrect things about what was said or find the one specific thing that was wrong. And I felt so smart. I was like, I'm just a big nerd.
What was it?
So
what was the question? Or
it was like asking about energy bending. So it was like between Avatar: Last Airbender and Jakora, about who knew the people who knew energy bending, and technically the only one, and who also taught energy bending. Like you had to find out what was right about that.
And the lion turtle or whatever.
Yeah. So technically, Aang and Korra are the only two known avatars who have ever accomplished energy bending. So that's interesting, and the only ones that it makes sense for them to be the ones. Energy bending wasn't introduced until Aang's time,
right?
So, like it makes sense, and Roku did not know it. And the question I think was that, or the statement was that Roku knew it, and that he was named as one of the avatars that knew it. And I was like, no, he wasn't. Anyway, fun game show. You just reminded me of that with the voice that you've given Iapetus, which I hope you realize you now have to keep.
I know, I hope I can. If it comes up again, yeah, it's going to be a real question of whether or not I can remember it. I just have to be, actually, no, because according to the encyclopedia.
Exactly. You gave, like, they kind of established this guy as, like, big energy, and now he just sounds like a nerd.
That's me ruining characters since we started doing this thing that we do for whatever fucking reason. Anyway.
Well, it's fine. I'm not gonna let you change his voice. It's gonna be great. Like, we're gonna make so many jokes like, "Oh God, we liked this." Like, oh man, we were into this. He's such a nerd.
Of all the Generation 3 pilots, Mercury is far away one of the best suited to actually be a pilot. Oh, good for our boy. To the degree I'd be terrified of giving that position to anyone other than Iapetus' nightmare brats. So there's absolutely no chance that he'll be assigned, of course. He really is trying to maximize. So, okay.
Wait, hold on. So Mercury is far and away one of the best students to actually pilot to be I'd be terrified of giving that position to any other one of Iapetus' nightmare brats. So there's absolutely no chance that he'll be assigned. So because he's so suited for it, Iapetus is not gonna.
Yeah, and again, typical like power play type of thing.
Exactly.
Like again, going back to like the Catra and Adora and Shadow Weaver thing, it's like Oh, this is what you want. You're doing so good to get here. Yeah, I want to give it to somebody else as a reminder that you are owned by me. Sort of vibes.
Yep.
Carrot and stick, cult, tactics, etc. What I want to impress, however, is that Mercury is still someone the Iapetus chose personally for the pilot role, when he served himself during the Cold War alongside the current second-tier candidate, Saturn. Ooh, I bet Saturn loves hearing that. Second-tier candidates. Mercury used to be a lot different, which is obvious. A lot of our pilots used to be a lot different, for reasons only space can explain. I think reducing it to Mercury's personal stake is as incomplete a reading as it would be for any of the other pilots in celestial mechanics. Some of them know exactly what they're doing, Mercury most of all. I don't think he has petulant grudges against humanity, he's just very critical. Not humanity, just their dad. And ex, or whatever kind of unhealthy relationship they have.
Don't make it sound like I hate Follow Command any less than you.
Don't worry. I would never doubt that. Hey, Mercury. Why are you still with Celestial Mechanics?
Where are you? If you still are, that is.
Hey, I like to fight around. I'm just kind of seeing what the options are. 25, 25, 25.
Honestly. I feel like
I'm honestly fine with, like, trying to keep it balanced. I think that would be kind of interesting. I don't know. Like, that could either be, like, we get to choose, or we get, like, the nothing route at the same time.
Exactly. I'm hoping it's not
but,
the nothing.
But I'm kind of curious to see if it's, like, you know, if it keeps balanced, then maybe it's, like, it comes to one final decision, and we get to choose a factor, like, at the very end. Or we don't get anything. We'll just kind of have to see, I guess.
But between, at least I feel like we can definitely say that between Memorial Foundation and Pluto's whole thing, I feel like she would be most likely to align with Pluto because they're kind of more pushing the envelope of freedom and whatnot. Right? Like, what's the name of what Pluto's a part of again?
The Flamicimeter? No, that's the Memorial. Gracious Caldus Galacticus. Gracious Caldus Galacticus. Big Dickus. Something.
Cradle Space. So they're determined to find life for humans in space. So I feel like that's quite closely aligns with what
which is kind of a bummer because I like Saturn and Lunaterra. I think I like their dynamic a bit more, but I do think
I was gonna say if by kind of being loyal to Luna, we kind of get Luna to join our side. That's what I was hoping for.
Oh yeah, I could see that maybe.
Because Luna seems, you know, again, old. They established the old war horse basically, but like she's talking about change.
Yeah, she is talking about change, and she kind of just seems over everything, like in a way that she could potentially be convinced to be like, if this is something good, sure, I'll give it a try. I just don't fucking care. But
yeah,
we'll see.
So what? Oh yeah, you're the one who can choose.
Mercury?
Oh, don't. If you hadn't hijacked String of Pearls, you'd be here like me, waiting. See if it's true that we can be what comes after being human. I don't want that for you. I certainly don't trust or believe in celestial mechanics or Iapetus. But wasn't that the worst part? Even after he decided we weren't good enough to be the chosen pilots, neither of us left. He knew we wouldn't leave, because we already wanted it too much.
Yeah, so that's the kind of thing that I think the email was getting at. Like, these guys are the best choices, so he will not give it to either of them, because he knows that he can keep them under his thumb that way. Do you still want that more than anything else?
I don't know. I know what I don't want, and it's to have nothing to show for it.
Nothing to show for what?
Coming to space, going to the academy, never having the chance to fight in the Cold War, not having to say either way, falling stupidly for the worst man alive. I'm counting on you, Saturn, to give me something better than just let the same Earth we left. Give me something better than just the same Earth we left.
You never have to worry about that. I only have the highest ambitions for us.
Those girls you're flirting with better have a decent future for us, is all I'm saying.
Well, see, the thing is, like, one of them does, the other one doesn't, but I like the one that does it more personally. Just kind of her old-fashioned. Anyway, fine, okay. Only if it's
She's
really
sad
good.
girl. She's we're in the sad girls. I knew it. I was gonna call it like she's the angsty one, so clearly she's gonna be the one that we like.
Wait, you mean Saturn's the angsty one?
No, Lunatera. That she's the angsty one.
Oh, you were speaking on... I thought you were... Okay, gotcha. If nothing else, I'll make sure that he doesn't get the future he wanted.
Any future, but the future he wants is good. So what is the future he wants? Have we decided that he wants to stick to the status? But he's the celestial mechanic. So well, that's what it's kind of confusing.
He might not be... Because our thing is the princess, right? So that might be like her thing. But Iapetus might have a different goal overall.
Iapetus was the one who was saying, like, no, we're following... That's
oh, yeah, he did hit him with the actually.
Yeah, he was the actually who was, like, talking about, like, no, your dream was not what humanity agreed with. We just let you do the work to see what would come of it. We weren't obligated to agree with it, and our job was to follow kind of the status quo. Or humans will. I think his point was more that humans will always typically aim for status quo in a way. But give me and Ganymede a good place there, wherever and whenever that is.
Oh, so he needs to get something for him and his husband, but I can't be allowed to flirt with girls along the way. Okay, it's being double standards much.
Is Ganymede a guy? I don't remember. They said captain.
I thought they referred to the captain as a he, but maybe you're right.
I just can't remember. I think it was a he.
I thought it was the captain was a. I think they said he.
It's because the game's so girl centric.
Yeah. Okay. So new missions, becoming stars, deeper cuts, La Roi, Corone, is unable to husk, but Cradle's grace still clings to it. Quite literally, Pluto's dream might collapse under its own weight or crush Saturn under it. Pluto do be messing with gravity. Deeper cuts in the Garden District closest to the malfunctioning and broken tidal reactor that kept the colony together. Time and space aren't quite right. It's a perfect place for a real fight. How deep under Lunatera's skin do you think you can get? Ha ha ha. I wonder. Well, we shall pick it up next time and see how passive we can be.
Yeah, I'm kind of liking this so far.
It is one of the ones you definitely have to kind of like think a bit. It's not telling you everything outright, much like Synergia. I think Synergia kind of did that balance a little bit better. Because that one was the thing where it's like the world is going on without you, whether you like it or not. But this one is kind of like you are directly taking part in that, but we're also kind of like having to fill in blanks on stuff and have to infer a lot because it's like there's a lot of history with all the characters, and the characters know it, so they won't really discuss it in an explicit way that like the players will get filled in on. So yeah, it's kind of. There's something. I like it too, though. It's a nice change for sure. I don't know how much.
It's scratching that sci-fi itch after Science Gate and Synergy, of course. And
yeah, not quite the same cyberpunk vibes of Valhalla and Synergy, but still that sci-fi. The sci-fi vibes for sure, and very different. Yeah, I'll be excited to pick it up again this weekend and see if we can maybe finish one route. I don't really know. It kind of seems like stuff is coming to an end. Like, time and space isn't quite right. Pluto's might collapse. I don't know. We'll see. Find out next time on Dragon
Do
Ball
you think
Z.
it would like eliminate one of the characters, so like based on our decisions?
It's hard to say again because like I feel like if it was, we wouldn't be able to balance it so easy. Like I feel like if it does start going that way, the percentages are gonna start to go off. Like they'll kind of become more skewed, but I really don't know.
We'll find out.
We will.
Have a good one, Gabe. Have as good a day as you can tomorrow.
Yeah, gonna be sure to try and sleep properly this time so I don't go passing out on my lunch break.